me by coming up with the Mount Sinai article. I have done extensive research on this topic and I know what I'm talking about, okay? So there's no amount of information that you're about to be able to go get that goes against the fact. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Can I finish my statement? Okay. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I know it triggers you. I know it triggers you. But like you said, I didn't cut you off. I would like for you to show some discipline. And I stopped. I stopped and allowed you to finish. Now, I would like you to have some control. Stop and allow me to finish. Once again, this is not what I think, okay? This is what I've done extensive research, okay? And put this out to the public. I've done this on Pan.
Let me show you what I can.
Here come the deflect. They about to move away from the Mongolian spots. Here we go. Go ahead.
Let me show you what I can prove. Hold on a second. Let me pull it. There it is.
Man, that's a piece of paper, dude.
My DNA.
That's a piece of paper, dude, with some numbers on it. That's a piece of paper. It's to the fact that it came from goddamn Africans.
Act as if you were, and then you also said that you were American Indian. You're a fucking
sir.
dope. You're a
fucking
Indian.
Sir.
Back to the relationship between being mixed, like Glenn keep on telling your ass. That
what Africans, sir? What African populations does it come from, sir?
Hold up, Geechee.
Want to make everybody mix because y'all mixed. Everybody ain't mixed, my man. I'm a full-blooded Geechee. Nah.
DNA test.
And genetics, and DNA, and science.
Show me your science lab.
Oh, now you want to see my lab? Oh, he's triggered. Oh, y'all so triggered. You sound triggered.
You're a fucking liar, and that's the problem.
You sound triggered.
No, I'm not triggered. I ain't triggered by no loser.
Where's your information? Where's your information? Hold on. Can you bring up that information to show us where Africans have it the highest then? Can you bring up that information?
I just showed you.
Bring it up.
Asians.
Let's see a genetic study.
Hold on a second.
Okay, what African population, sir? Go. We'll be waiting.
African Americans.
Okay, you said, but why don't Africans have it? Ain't they the motherland population of Africans? I mean, African Americans. Don't African Americans come from Africans? Won't they babies have the same genetic dispositions?
No, because you're different people. You're mixed.
Oh God! So we're mixed, right? We mix. So how come we got this disposition higher than you and your people? And so how did mixed people get? How did mixed people get an indigenous trait higher than all the indigenous people? Go.
That's easy because you're mixed. We're all mixed. Science says we're all mixed.
See, that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. Y'all been able to, this is how y'all been able to really truly disenfranchise the true indigenous people. You want to make everybody mixed because y'all mixed. Everybody ain't mixed, my man. I'm a full-blooded Geechee. Nah. I don't need a DNA test to tell me who I am. I've known who I was from birth, sir. My people have made sure that I know who I was from birth, and they made sure that I got a proper background in science and genetics so that you colonizers can't beat me with your little fake DNA test, sir. I can pull up one source right now that'll debunk every DNA test you ever fucking thought about. So can y'all do that?
Take one and then debunk it. Take one and then debunk it. Some bullshit.
Oh, it's bullshit because it hurts your little weak ass feelings.
That's been proven, bro.
You sound hurt. You sound hurt. You sound wounded. He's wounded over here. Nah, nigga, I know what I know though. I know what I know. Ain't none of y'all been able to fuck with me since.
Here's a more up-to-date source.
We're waiting. I'm a mute.
Mongolian spots are present in over 90% of Native Americans and people of African descent. So there again, that ties back to the relationship between being mixed, like Glenn keep on telling your ass.
What Africans, sir? What African populations does it come from,
Black
sir?
Murs. Hold up, Geechee. Hold up, y'all. I just want to say Geechee is eating y'all the fuck up, and y'all sound triggered as hell on this thing.
Geechee ain't eating nobody up. Geechee is up here lying. Geechee is lying.
So why y'all responding the way y'all responding?
Sir, what African population does this come from then, sir? This is easy, since you know so fucking much. What African, wait a minute. Okay, so if African descendants have it, then that means Africans gotta have it, dummy. Don't you understand that? Sir, do you understand what you're saying? In order for African Americans to have it and be mixed, right, and they come from Africa, that means that Africans have to have it, sir. What populations in Africa have Mongolian spots?
At the point that you were making, dummy.
That is exactly the point I'm making.
Not the initial point. Your initial argument, again, when Roto was up here, you were trying to act as if you were, and then you also said that you were American Indian. You a fucking dope. You're a fucking
Indian.
Sir, do you have anything other than feelings to provide for the people? It's 191 people in here. We would like something other than your feelings. We would like some sources and some logic, because boy, it look bad right now.
Hey man,
it look bad right now. This is a handicap match, and I'm whooping y'all asses.
Hey DJ, I bet you heard that.
Just debunk yourself.
Hey, DJ, I bet you heard that Black first can't prove not one descendant, all kids from his family, that he descended from that state from Africa.
We already know that. We asked for that. He won't provide that. So I just feel.
He can tell you African, but he can't prove not one descendant that he's.
You know what I can prove. Let me show you what I can.
Here come the deflect. They about to move away from the Mongolian spots. Here we go. Go ahead.
Let me show you what I can prove. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up right quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you something.
He pulled up 2 articles about Mongolian spots. He ain't pulled up one African population that is observed with it at 90% or 90-something% that would lend credence to the fact that it came from goddamn Africans. Is it an African trait or an indigenous trait, sir? That's all we want to know.
American trait.
Oh, it's an African American trait. Oh, wait, hold on, y'all. He said it's an African American trait. Well, how come Native Americans? Wait a minute. How come Native Americans have it at 85%? How come all the indigenous people have it at 90%? If it's an African American trait, sir, then how come all of these other populations who are indigenous have it at a high frequency, sir?
Which population?
Now you want to know who I am. You know who I am. I'm Big Geechee. Nice to meet you. I'm the one that fucks y'all up on the regular and have been doing so for a decade. Nice to meet you. But I just want to, once again, I want to be clear. I'm not here for the bullshit. I really want to know, can you provide some evidence, please? Please provide some sources. Please, the Oracle, please do. Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. We'll be waiting. Whilst we're waiting, we'll go to Black first, Josh. He's got something up. He's got something up. He's got something up. Oh my gosh. Are those numbers? Are those numbers? Hold on, Josh. Watch me fuck him up, y'all. Watch me fuck him up. All you DNA lovers, I'm about to fuck y'all up.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
You lost, bro. You don't know your culture. You don't know where they from. I'm still American. I'm still American. That's my African right there. I don't have to find an African from 200 years ago. There it is.
Man, that's a piece of paper, dude.
My DNA.
That's a piece of paper, dude, with some numbers on it.
It's in my blood.
That's a piece of paper.
It's in my blood.
Hold on. So I got a real question for you. So you saying this is an accurate depiction of who you are genetically?
It's close enough. Yeah. I'll take it.
Do you see how they talk? They don't even believe in this shit, y'all. It's close. Approximately. I'm approximately 3277 African hunter-gatherer Niger. Sir. Don't disrespect my grandmother. Because guess what? My grandmother gave me a culture. You got a piece of paper with numbers on it that say Denmark and motherfucking and Mali, dog. All right. All right. But y'all getting y'all. But wait a minute. This is the funny thing about you fake Africans, right? You will go to a geneticist. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Can I speak? Oh, he's triggered. Oh, you sound strong. How much you lift? How much you bench press, brother? You sound real strong. How many mud bricks can you bench press, sir?
You won't let niggas talk. You just want to talk over niggas.
Nah, you just disrespectful, and you could have came at me respectfully. Now it's up. Sir, you don't have no coins to be dancing for right now? Sir, you don't have no coins to be dancing for?
Who don't know where it's from?
You don't have no streets to be cleaning up in your country?
You're a Negro.
See, this is the disingenuous shit. What country you from, bro? What country you from? Guarantee you ain't put no time into your country, but you up here on TikTok playing, telling me who I am. What have you done for your people, sir? What have you done for your people, sir? What? Now my grandma done did this and that. You see how triggered. You sound like you got a frog in your throat, my man. Swallow. Drink some water, bruh. Drink some water, bruh. Well, what you up here for? What you up for? What you up here for then, gang? Like, you came up here with no motherfucking information. You came up here with straight African feelings, and you can motherfucking put them in a bag and goddamn take them home for lunch, nigga, because nobody cares about how y'all feel, tribe. Yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing, though. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. What y'all gonna do? Yeah, I'm a big Indian. What you gonna do? Sit over there and motherfucking hate. That's all you gonna do. You niggas will never touch a nigga like me. I promise you. I'm the biggest Geechee, and I know it kills your little African spirit that we resurrecting our ancestors. Oh well. Yeah, we can tell. Yeah, we can tell. We see who got spirit or not, nigga. Go ahead, wild man.
Yeah, you just a small little boy who got no culture, who got no tribe, who trying to steal other people's culture and tribe. Nigga, you always gonna be a Negro till you fucking die, nigga. A Negro it is. You always say African American.
Off and foo-foo and speak without your mouth being full, my nigga. Damn, like, what's up with y'all niggas?
Man, I don't care about that, bro. I don't care about none of that, bro. I don't care what you talk about my voice.
Yeah, I know, because you emotional. An emotional nigga like you could never fuck with a nigga like me. You understand, sir? An emotional nigga like you could never fuck with a nigga like me. Stay over there in your motherfucking hunt, your hut huntering and gathering, nigga. The fuck wrong with you niggas?
Look at African American.
You sound like you in a fucking field on the way to get water now, my man. You need to focus on goddamn getting that water back to the village, my man. Okay. Get that water back to the village, my man.
You should be ashamed of yourself, nigga.
Get them children right in your country.
You guys are the worst of
y'all got a country, y'all got a continent full of people. Y'all got a continent full of people, and yet y'all getting colonized by goddamn Asians and everybody else. Don't talk to me about me and mine. Focus on your land. Yeah, but y'all are running out y'all country fast as possible. I can't tell. I see more Africans in America than I do in Africa nowadays. Good God.
Y'all niggas are fucking jealous, bro.
I can't tell. Africa's so great. Why y'all running away then?
We do
Huh?
better than y'all.
Oh, y'all ain't doing better in Africa. Why aren't y'all doing? Why are y'all leaving your country to do better? Why can't you do better in your own country, sir? See, you the worst. Y'all the worst type of people. Y'all cowards. Y'all run away. Y'all flee from conflict, and then y'all try to come over here and play bad with us. Y'all ain't bad. Y'all is motherfucking refugees running away from your own people. Stop playing with us. Don't play with us. Y'all is not bad. Y'all running from your own people. Y'all talking about motherfucking we unalive our people. Nigga, y'all running from genocide of your own people. Stop playing with us, tribe. Y'all wouldn't even be able to fucking be here if it wasn't for us. Why don't y'all handle what the fuck y'all got going on, my man? Y'all running from genocide from your own people. Y'all running. Oh, let's bring it all out. Let's bring it out. How did most of y'all get here? Running from genocide of your own people. But y'all want to act like we the ones who unalive everybody. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all ain't needed no help. Y'all kill y'all own people with no colonization. Y'all shit on your own people. Y'all government scams y'all. And y'all ain't got shit going on in y'all country. And y'all got the nerve to come over here and speak down on me and mine who provided the way for you niggas. Fuck you goddamn dirty feet ass niggas. Straight like that, nigga. Put some respect on our ancestors' name. Y'all motherfuckers ain't got shit. Y'all cowards. Y'all in London. Y'all in England. Y'all in everywhere but Africa talking that shit about Africa, nigga. Talk that shit. Now, fuck with a real Geechee, nigga. Talk that shit in your own country, nigga. Y'all in motherfucking India. Y'all in Australia. These niggas is in Dubai. These motherfuckers in Jamaica. They everywhere talking about Africa, but ain't in Africa, nigga. Stop that bullshit. It's big. This is big Indian shit over here, nigga. Either you gonna respect us or you gonna get checked straight like that.
Shut up with all that bullshit. They about to bust a grape, nigga. Shut up.
Hey guys, I was wondering if I could ask a question.
That hurt, didn't it?
Oh, you told the truth, though, and still, I don't even believe better in America than you claim to hold. You're a minority in America. How the fuck y'all gonna take America back if you're a fucking minority? The Africans don't want to fuck with you or
Y'all doing a lot. Like y'all can just provide some sources, some evidence. Y'all
everywhere they go, they lower the economy.
Keep it on the information, but they cut me off and goddamn wanted to talk that shit. So now we on nigga shit. Let's bring it all out. Y'all want to talk?
You don't gotta insult. I get what you're saying, but you don't gotta go that low and insult Africa as well. Like y'all can provide.
That's not an insult. Try. Hold on. Let's be clear. It's the truth. If it's the truth, I don't give a fuck if it hurts your feelings. We need to goddamn say the truth. Just like I can say, yeah, our people are fucked up. Our goddamn motherfucking people be selling drugs. Our people be.
I agree with you on that. Tell the truth, nigga. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And don't be mad when they come back and hit your ass. They tell the truth about your ass.
Nigga, tell the truth about you on one African ancestor called Africa, nigga. Tell that truth. Speak your African language. Until then, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Don't be mad when you come back at your black ass.
This nigga's a genetic. Yeah, we sick.
We do better than Americans.
The fact is,
I'm just wondering if I could ask a question about this.
Because of niggas like you,
this idea, I'm just
grow the fuck up. Stop lying to the
people
motherfucking
like y'all.
I'm trying to hear what the hell the goddamn Indians saying, and y'all motherfucking yelling and shit. I'm trying to learn something. Goddamn, can one person talk at one time and provide sources and shit? Y'all motherfuckers is up here arguing, yelling. Damn.
I think I'm the only one, sister, that got some sources to provide. And you know, I just be on that nigga shit because they be on that. But at any time y'all want to get back to the information and y'all want to see me fucking intellectually scalp these niggas more, just as soon as they ready, we can get back to it. Like, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this question real quick. Let me ask this
I just feel like that's beneath you, but okay, I understand what you're saying.
No, please don't
understand
set standards for me. I'm a low down dirty Geechee, goddammit. I get as low and motherfucking I get as low as the motherfuckers who fuck off, try to fuck with me.
That's very good. That's okay. I was wondering if I could ask a question about this idea.
To learn something. You said you was up here to learn something. Let's let Geechee teach us this.
Literally.
What was the last American Indian that looked like you, author of a book that you read?
Yeah,
what was that book?
Pretenders can't take shade every.
What was that book called?
I'm just gonna say what I have to say.
What was that book?
What kind of question was that?
Okay, let me ask you another question.
That shit was long as hell.
Tell me an American Indian that looked like you that wrote a poem.
I got his illiterate ass Geechee coming over. You know, Indian nigga.
Oh, you can't answer that? Okay, I got one more, Geechee. Tell me a black Indian. Tell me a black Indian that looks like
redundant questions.
Excuse me, I got one more question. Tell me an American Indian that looked like you. That was a freedom fighter. Name me a freedom fighter. American Indian.
So you want me to go on a scavenger hunt to provide you with something that you can do for yourself?
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. You should know this.
Wait. Me telling the truth has nothing to do with my knowledge, sir. Me being an honest, hold on, sir. Me being an honest individual and answering questions, sir. Me answering questions honestly has nothing to do with the wealth of knowledge that I have, sir. Let's be clear. Me being honest has nothing to do with what information I know. Okay? I know it hurts. Now, would you like me to be honest? Ask me an honest question, sir. Not a question that you want the answer to.
I asked you 3 honest questions.
No, you didn't. You asked redundant questions that had no context in the conversation whatsoever.
Can I ask a question first, please? Okay, so I just wanted to ask Ishi about this just because I've been wondering, because I've been seeing all the documents most people have been presenting, and I think it's true. And I mean, in terms of us being some Mongolian, that's also true. You can prove that with your DNA, which is why I don't understand why you say that DNA isn't valid. In that case, you know, there's so many theories being presented. I understand, but that's not my question. I'm sorry. My question is, when we migrated here as my people, why didn't we get sick? Because we got sick when the Europeans came here. Why didn't we get sick when we basically came to America and there were people here? Is all my question.
Because we was here.
No, I mean, like, we were our
Native American people
looking at each other.
You saying Native American people, ma'am?
I meant to say, like, I'm not trying to get caught up on the details. I'm just trying to communicate.
Right, who is our people? We just want, who is my people? Who is that? Who are you referring to? Are you talking about?
I'm Lakota Sioux.
Okay, thank you. So you're saying when your people migrated here, how come they didn't get sick when they got here?
When we were exposed to the Europeans and what they called African Americans, not saying that's true, you should be called whatever you so choose. No. At that point, why didn't we get sick? Because we got sick then.
Well, I think you got it kind of reversed. So when the Europeans came, you were here and then you got sick, right? But then you're saying how come? But you're saying how come we didn't get sick when we came here?
Me, as in like my people, as in like when we okay, so like I said, I know that there are East Coast Native Americans. I've seen a lot of the documents presenting information indicating that that they look like you guys, and so like it all makes sense in terms of like the migration story. We did migrate here. I mean, you guys can look at Native Americans if you're listening. You can look at your DNA. It will actually tell you you did originally migrate here and that you are Mongolian. Not admitting that is a weakness, and it makes you look ignorant. I'm sorry, I didn't know it when I first came here either, but you need to acknowledge that fact at bare minimum and keep an open mind, because we are spiritual people. So I mean, that's what we are, regardless of what title we have. So, and I don't think that anybody can necessarily take away that identity, but it's not necessarily the culture, what I'm saying. I don't think that anybody can take away who we are, and I don't think anybody can take away from who you are. And so that's just all I'm saying.
Saying that the Lakotas came in, and when they got here, it was already people here? Is that what your understanding is?
My understanding, based off of the information that's been presented, it is to my understanding, yes. But my question is the reason why that I'm kind of coming into a box. There are two things that are keeping me from believing this. I'm a very open-minded person. I think that any opportunity to humble yourself is a good thing. And I think being kind is my identity, and that's what I'll always be. I think that at the end of the day, our culture will never define us. Our actions do. What we do to each other, kindness, everything. It doesn't really matter what color we are. But I'm just, there's two things that's keeping me from, preventing me from like going 100% with that theory. And I don't mean to disrespect you guys by saying it's a theory. I just want to know the information.
Okay, so basically you're trying to understand. I think a part of the issue is you're trying to fit a narrative and an understanding that was given to the colonizer, and then you're trying to apply it to your people, right? I'm sure that throughout the migration of different peoplings of different places, definitely people got sick, right? Looking for specific instances in which, as if that somehow proves a specific thing or not, I'm not really sure how valid that claim is, right? Like people, your people.
It's not a claim. It's just like in terms of looking at science, we did get sick and unalived by the mass. I mean, we were slaves initially, and we were unaliving so fast. So that's actually Josh that taught me that. We were unaliving really fast, and we just weren't a viable source for I hate to say the word slaves. It's disgusting. So they then, created the slave trade. And so at that point, I'm just wondering about it. I'm just looking at it from what I try to do is like from a balanced point of view.
Okay, so, well, the numbers and the statistics and the data of that time period don't support that. Hundreds of millions of American Indian people died because of their contact to Europeans, okay? Let's just use our logic, okay? Did hundreds of millions of Africans die from contact with the Europeans? Did hundreds of millions of Asians die? All of these places had contacts with European relatively around the same places, yet the only population, okay, that 90% just happened to wipe out was the American Indians. That I find that very ironic. No other population on the planet, including the one that had the shit, okay? The population that had it didn't die at 90%, but somehow 100 million plus Native American people just suddenly died because
100 million. It was okay. So I know this just because I know the Holocaust number. It's I think crap. An estimated 6 million, I believe.
6 million?
It's not 100 million.
Okay. Well, I mean, either way, from my understanding, I haven't looked at the statistics lately, but I just know they say that majority of the so-called native population that was here died from disease, right? And I'm just saying that the data and statistics don't support that at all. And how immunity works, okay, is when you get sick and then you build immunity to it, okay? So you just don't get sick and just everybody dies. No, yes, your body adapts. Excuse me, can I finish my statement, ma'am? Your body adapts. That's why you have an immune system, okay? And so your body and the people would begin to build immunity to it. as soon as they had contact with it. So it wouldn't have wiped out majority of the population as soon as it started being contacted with people, and people begin to naturally grow immunity towards it. That's how it would have happened around the other places on the earth as well. When Europeans got there, they had to grow an immunity to the diseases that they had. The only way you can do that is by getting sick.
Okay, that's not true at all, sir. Everything you've just said is incorrect. Let me explain how this works. The first
It's a lie. It's always a fucking lie.
the contact indigenous people had.
Provide your expertise, please, before you just tell me what I'm saying is not true. Can you provide your expertise, please? Are you a scientist? Are you a geneticist? Are you any archaeologist, a historian, anything?
I've done historical stuff. My family actually does a lot of this shit. I was raised up in it. And on top of it, my master's is in public policy and public administration. So part of that is going back and actually reviewing the administrative and behavioral aspects of our government in which we did things. Okay. So yeah, actually, I have done this. So let me explain something. The first contact that Europeans had with the indigenous was actually not people from England. It was from the Scandinavians. When they first came and they hit Maine, which would have been where they came in as their port of entry, the disease they brought actually caused a huge, huge outbreak that spread across those indigenous like wildfire, unalived almost, I want to say 65% of the tribe. That was just with a minute interaction with Scandinavians, okay, the Vikings. So that was the first thing. If you're going to talk about, oh, well, millions of Africans didn't die. Yes, they did, actually. That's actually how they were able to conquer the continent of Africa, my guy. It's because of the diseases that they brought. It unalived so many people. It's just that we had a larger population of people because we just had a larger population of people just based on our location. We didn't have to worry about weather. We didn't have to worry about like famines and stuff like that. The majority of our locations were able to sustain, and the other people were transient enough that they were able to move from places where there was famine and go to places where there was plenty. So you're talking about two different areas. On top of it, yes, millions of Africans died from disease that was brought by the Europeans. Why do you think that Shaka Zulu actually ended up losing? It's because the Zulu tribe, which had been massive, it was a huge effing tribe. And it also included, I think, 6 other tribes that were underneath of the realm of Zulu, meaning their leadership. They caught smallpox. They caught some other weird flu and some other weird ish that the Europeans brought down. So half of his fighting population ended up unaliving from that. So before you start stating that, that is not true. You also have to look at the time period. All of the indigenous didn't die at one time or unalive at one time. That took almost 200 years to do this.
Shout out to all the American Aborigines. Chief Eaters in the building. Aboriginal TV is in the building. The God of the Geechies is in the building. Let me just say this, man. Like, I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all be talking to. Like, I just don't know who the fuck they think they be talking to. Try, like, this young lady right here call herself correcting me. She's correcting me and making sure that what I'm saying is factual. Let me explain something to you. If you want me to fucking be like to understand what you saying, don't motherfucking be correcting me like you my motherfucking mama. Like, she could have came up here and had some motherfucking compassion, some empathy. If she really thought I was wrong, right, and I was just misguided, she could have came up there and dealt with me like I was a nigga who was misguided. But nah, she came up there with that mammy energy. Oh, I got a master's degree. Don't make me get Kevin Samuels on your ass. Don't make me get to acting like Kevin Samuels with you and your master's degree, lady. Okay. This woman came up here all sideways. I'm totally wrong, my guy. I think that's how she said it. I'm wrong, my guy. My girl. My girl.
People got to this continent in 1619. So in 1619, that going all the way up until the 1800s to the Indian Wars, to everything. So you have to look at the time period in which groups of people unalived. The reason that when Africans had interactions with the indigenous here and with the indigenous in South America and the Caribbean, they didn't unalive each other is because they both practiced bathing. And they understood quarantine. Like literally, we fucking did. They didn't unalive each other is because they both practice bathing. Actions with the indigenous here and with the indigenous in South America and the Caribbean, they didn't unalive each other is because they both practice bathing. And they understood quarantine. Like
You ain't gotta talk about bodies that you never caught. You ain't gotta try to rock Prada, you can buy Lacoste. Tryna follow trends, gonna throw your zen way off. Take a good look in the mirror when you feeling lost. Be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. And really the greatest thing that you could be is to be yourself. It's a whole lot of insecurities on display. When he go and spend his whole advance on a diamond chain. When he tricking off on these hoes trying to fill the void. When he steady popping on these ends trying to numb the pain. When he flexing all on the gram showing off the bands. When he knowing damn well that he got it off a scam. I don't wanna see you do a bid trying to get a lamb. It's a lot of ways to go legit, think about your fam. Cause you ain't gotta lie to kick it. You ain't gotta pop prescription. You ain't gotta load up the stick. You ain't gotta slide on niggas. You ain't gotta spin the block. Cause you ain't really got no ops for real. That's just your ego trying to take over. Really, that's the one that you got to kill. Why everybody wanna be on demon time when your angels gon' ride for real? That feeling of emptiness deep inside is something the money will not fulfill. And we gotta get back alignment with God, cause that's the only way that time will heal. Yeah. Yeah. You ain't gotta talk about bodies that you never caught. You ain't never caught. You ain't gotta try to rock Prada, you can buy Lacoste. You can buy Lacoste. Tryna follow trends, gonna throw your zen way off. Take a good look in the mirror when you feeling lost. Be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. And really the greatest thing that you could be is to be yourself.
in 1619. So in 1619, that going all the way up until the 1800s to the Indian Wars, to everything. So you have to look at the time period in which groups of people unalived. The reason that when Africans had interactions with the indigenous here and with the indigenous in South America and the Caribbean, they didn't unalive each other is because they both practiced bathing. And with the indigenous here and with the indigenous in South America and the Caribbean, they didn't unalive each other is because they both practice bathing. And they with the indigenous here and with the indigenous in South America and the Caribbean, they didn't unalive each other is because they both practice bathing. And they understood quarantine. Like literally, we fucking did.
Oh my God. Yo,
Like
oh my God.
Okay, the first book I want you to read, if you really want to know sources.
This is your expertise.
I'm going to have you read something. I want you to read the book. It's called Before the Mayflower. It discusses the international interactions between African peoples and indigenous peoples on both continents. That's one book I want you to read. Then I want you to go through the 1619 Project, and I want you to read some of their studies. On top of it, I want you to go to the Indian Affairs Bureau and start actually pulling up the documents, numbering the number of people there and how they actually did use germ warfare to unalive people. You can't build up an immunity if you unalive.
Can I respond, please? You've
Okay.
been going for a while. Can I respond to what
but
you
were
just
going
said,
on and
please?
saying a bunch of bullshit, my guy.
And I just allowed you to say a bunch of bullshit. So can I respond to that? Like, can I think she was speaking directly to me, and I'll be very quick. I just want to point out something real quick, ma'am. Okay. I asked for your expertise. You said you was raised up in this and that your family and you work for some governmental organization, as if that somehow gives you, excuse me, ma'am, can I finish? I allowed you to speak. I allowed you to speak. I allowed you to speak. I allowed you to speak, ma'am. Can I finish my statement? Why is nobody muting her? Why is nobody muting her like they muted me? Why is nobody muting these other? Why is nobody other? It's so funny. Like, it's crazy. Like, I let her speak. And then, like, now I'm here to respond. And as soon as I throw a jab, y'all get the hollering. I know it hurts. Relax. Just relax. I'm going to be quick and short. Once again, I asked this lady for her expertise. She didn't provide one piece of evidence to show that she's an expert in anything historical. You're talking to somebody who's been doing this in the public, talking history for 10 years, ma'am, okay? For a decade. Can I finish? Can I finish without your interjections or your interruptions? Can you please show some control, ma'am? I'm not your son, nor I'm not your boyfriend. You're not about to son me. I'm a grown man, ma'am, okay? And I would appreciate if you show some respect, okay? I haven't
See, like, that just, like, I'm letting y'all know right now, ladies, gentlemen, like, you don't come at me the right way. Like, nigga, don't even waste your time. Don't waste your time fucking talking to me. Don't try to get to explaining me or none of that shit. She didn't come up there talking like she wanted to help a nigga. She came up there like she had that mammy energy, that bed witch energy, that motherfucking AKA, that motherfucking boule energy, that motherfucking, what's the fucking them boule hoes called? The Star Mason hoes. You know what I'm talking about. You boule bitches. Like you niggas is not about to sun me. I'm telling you, like, just cause I don't walk around with my chest all out, don't mean you just gonna step on me, nigga. Thank you. Eastern Star, Western Star, North Star, you South Star hoes, you Southeastern, motherfucking Pacific Northwestern Star hoes. Like, you, I don't give a fuck what your Mason nigga do when he's Masoning and shit. That shit ain't got shit to do with me. Nigga, if you gonna talk to me, you gonna talk to me with some motherfucking respect. If you ain't, then I'm gonna treat you like somebody that don't deserve no motherfucking respect.
Disrespected you. I'm speaking very clear and direct. Can you please show some control, ma'am? I'm not your son, nor I'm not your boyfriend. You're not about to son me. I'm a grown man, ma'am, okay? And I would appreciate if you show some respect. Okay, I haven't disrespected you. I'm speaking very clear and direct. Thank you. So like I said, I asked for her expertise. She provided some conjecture about her family being into it, okay? And then went on a soliloquy with not one source, with not one piece of evidence. She went on and said, I'm wrong about all of these things, yet she provided not one piece of evidence to support what she was saying. My statements were very clear. It did not kill off 70 to 80 or whatever percentage that has been told that they killed off in the Native Americans. I said it did not kill off that populations in Africa. It didn't kill off that percentage of populations in the post populations. It didn't kill off that percentage of populations in anywhere else in the world. That's what I said. That was my clear statement, okay? And now you took that and then went and said, this many people, you brought up Shaka Zulu, you brought up the men that you brought up every other thing other than actually addressing the specific points in which I made. And then you just tried to undermine, and then you just tried to, I get it, it hurts. So what I'll do, I'll allow you to take your time. Please put him on the big screen, Josh. He needs some attention. Get him, put him on.
Put me on the big screen, Josh. Here you go. Here go a source. Since he want to talk about sources, and you did worse than what she did. At least she came up here and gave you some facts. So therefore, because she didn't have a source to back her up, I'll back her up. The National Library of Medicine. Look it up, homeboy.
Oh, I'm very familiar, sir. I'm there every day.
2022.
I'm there every day, but not like you.
2022, this is what it says about what you just tried to say, because you are a person who's been up here talking bullshit for 10 years unchecked. Now people coming after your motherfucking head, and now you want to...
Please read the source, sir. Please read the source.
Be quiet. I'm about to read it. It is estimated that 95% of the indigenous population in the Americas were killed by infectious diseases during the years following European colonization, which she said Scandinavians came over here and killed people with diseases, and then the Europeans came over here and killed people with the diseases. Okay, you want to know what they also said? They also said amounting to an estimated 20 million people. You want to know a source for that? Here it is right here. It is called Democracy and Me, April 2020. Some valid shit, so you can read that, sir. Okay, let me continue to read. Excuse me, you told me to read. What you told me to read. While Europeans coming to the New World had herd immunity. Again, we know what herd immunity is. If you remember what went on with the whole pandemic a few years ago, which caused this particular psychological psychosis that some of y'all suffer from. That means that people in Europe grew immunity to these diseases because everybody had it. But let's talk about some of the diseases that they brought over here. Small infectious diseases ranging from smallpox, bubonic plague, chickenpox, cholera, the common cold, diphtheria, influenza, malaria, measles, scarlet fever, and some sexually transmitted diseases, typhoid, typhus, tuberculosis, leptospirosis, and pertussis. So again, you're talking about when Europeans came over here, they were pissing and shitting in the rivers and stuff like that, infesting those things. And yeah, Native Americans, every Native American group can tell you this. This is the thing. They have a history that they can go back and say, yeah, this did happen to our people. But you, American Indian, Geechee, Big Geechee, where is your history, Geechee?
Can I respond now? So, what you just did, sir, if you didn't see all the tomatoes in the chat, that's a good indicator of what you just did there, sir. But what you just brought up was
I'm over here, infectious diseases, ranging fluid in history.
Those in the chat, that's a good indicator of what you just did there, sir. But what you just brought up was a source that said that it was estimated that 97% of the indigenous population, which was
95.
an estimated
95.
95, I'm sorry, which was an estimated 20 million people, right? Which would allege that there were only 20 million people in the Americas at the time of colonization, right? Now, the young lady said that it took 200 years. I'm sure you don't agree with that. So I'm not even gonna try to hold you to how long it took for these amount of people to die, right? But I just want to point out, okay, key word, it is estimated, right? Estimated lets you know that the person who is giving you this does not actually know what the actual number is. That's why it's called an estimation, right? So don't use estimations as an actual source, okay? Because it's an estimation. You need an actual source, a first-hand account of how many people were there, how many, excuse me. There should be, there, excuse me, can I finish? Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for y'all to have discipline when I speak? See, that's how I know but because listen, I'm responding to what you said. So literally, I'm supposed to be able to pull up a source in the blink of an eye. As you just waited 15 minutes to bring the source up. Now I'm responding to it, and I'm responding to it in the way that I would like. You nor this young lady does not dictate that. I will be short. Can you please be quiet? Thank you. Okay, because you are not the person that did that study. So that makes you a person who's reading about what another person did and then trying. Excuse me, sir. Can I finish? This is what's wrong with our community, right? You're intellectually lazy. Instead of actually going out. This is what's wrong with your community, Pan-Africanism. This is why y'all have been stagnant for 100 years and haven't been able to build shit for your community, okay? Other than motherfucking, okay. So once again, I'm a landowner, sir. I own estates and trusts, sir. I have heirs. I'm a Geechee. You know that Geechee. Geechees have heirs, property. Okay, so once again, I'm a landowner, sir. I own estates and trusts, sir. I have heirs. I'm a Geechee. So if you know that Geechees have heirs, property. So I think you might want to relax on the land part of this game, sir. I probably own more land. Than all of y'all put together, sir. I probably own more land than all of y'all put together, but we ain't gonna get into that. So can I finish? May I finish? Now you want to see my house. You want to have a meeting or something? You want to see what kind of goddamn plates I use too? You want to see what type of forks, if they from Dollar Tree or if they motherfucking from the nice, like what are you trying to prove, sir? What part don't you understand that I'm solidified? Okay, I'm lying. Okay, that's your opinion, sir. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. I would like to finish responding to what I was saying. Ma'am. See, this is what I'm talking about. Ma'am. Please show some discipline. I'll be short, okay? Y'all keep hopping off y'all mic, and it's clear that y'all are emotional damaged, okay? It's okay. It's crazy, yo. Like I am not the one that hurt you. I'm not the one that did it. But I'm not the one that did it to you guys. Please don't project like I've done something to you. You niggas don't know me. So I appreciate if y'all will stop talking to me like you know me. That's all I'm saying. Once again, you're being disrespectful. I wait for you to do your bullshit, and then you jump off your fucking mic. Can you be quiet? Can you be quiet?
I'll be quiet.
So is this what we're doing? See, I didn't provide you with that though, sir. I didn't. I gave you the opportunity to share. And how did you do that, sir? Because I allowed you to do so without doing what you doing, acting like a bitch ass nigga. Okay, well, sir, if you would stop acting like a female, okay, we can have a conversation. But if you're gonna act like a female, I'm gonna allow you to have the conversations with the females, okay?
Pull up the source.
Ladies, y'all go ahead. I didn't know this was a Delta, aka meeting. I'm a back up. I didn't know that this was one of those panels.
So you guys it's gonna figure back and forth. So my next question is, if that is in fact true, which I'm not doubting, again, still open-minded, then there is evidence that the Native Americans were actually slaves prior to the African American slave trade. So my question is, my understanding is that well, I mean, it's not my understanding, it's what is. The Europeans are saying that they, or I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry.
May I say something right fast? With the smallpox thing, that's the biggest lie ever been told, because what they don't tell you is that they unalived a lot of these people with weaponry. It wasn't just so-called disease. But the smallpox thing, to make it sound better, other than saying we went in there, we unalived them by force. So it's better for the white man to say it was disease. Have you ever heard of a guy named King Leopold? He was worse than Hitler when it comes down to what he did in Africa.
In Africa, Congo, Africa. But what that got to do with America, bro?
Well, what I'm saying is that the Americans did the same thing to the Indians, but they want to say it was disease. It was not just disease. They slaughtered a lot of Indians with force.
But my next question is,
a gun or a musket. A gun or a musket is a lot more powerful than a bow and a spear. Let's be clear. These people, they know one thing: divide and conquer, and they do that with movement of military.
I'm getting flagged. I'm out.
Sickness was not enough. But
okay,
that's the lie.
So my next question was...
Hold on. I'm telling you this because I listen to a lot of NPR radio, and they had it's a lady, she speaks Chihuahua, and what she said from her ancestors, what they said, it was not the smallpox in the blankets, it was the guns and the knives that these people that came over here was doing to them. Okay, so there's a lot of things that like been swept under the rug because they don't want it to get out, the truth. The one thing, you let me tell a narrative, we're gonna go with my narrative. If I'm the sole conqueror, you go about what the conqueror tell you. And I can tell you anything because why? I'm the conqueror. So let's not believe everything that we see because we can't, because these people are gone. They gone. And they ain't coming back.
And savage.
Okay, so my next question is, if that is true, again, open-minded, then why did the African American slave trade start? Because it started under the the reason it started is because they said that the Native Americans were not a viable source because they were sickly. So why would they then create a slave trade and then bring people over here and then put us on
that is exactly true. That is exactly true. You had Queen Isabella. Excuse me.
That is exactly
true, bro.
These people,
calm down.
These people needed people to do the work they did not want to do.
Sawyer, sir, for one thing, I know, and I bet you $1,000 to a dime that you can't tell me the last book that you read. So calm down. Historically written. Queen Isabel of Spain stopped Columbus and all of them from messing with the Indians, told them to stop calling them Negroes and all of this stuff. And just like the sister said, stop Columbus and all of them from messing with the Indians, told them to stop calling them Negroes and all of this stuff of Spain. Stop Columbus and all of them from messing with the Indians, told them to stop calling them Negroes and all of this stuff. And just like the sister said, as far as Indians dying off from the diseases, from escaping, and so on and so forth, and causing trouble, they went to Africa. They had already been in Africa. 1441, Portuguese first.
So you think?
Excuse me. I'm giving you the history lesson. You might not like the way I'm delivering it to you, sir, but I'm giving you the truth. Unlike that nigga Geechee.
You give it
I'm giving you the truth.
A narrative
I'm giving you the truth. I'm giving you the fucking truth.
No, you give me a narrative.
Cool for as long as William.
Because you suffer from some type of mental disability.
You get a narrative, bro.
The truth is real.
We don't need no history lesson from you. At all.
She asked a question, so I'm not talking to you.
How you gonna cut the man?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the lady.
Bruh, you was just talking to William.
You're actually on the right path. Don't let these people dissuade you from what history has taught us in respect
to your narrative, bro.
They don't have no time.
That is a
like
narrative.
what the fuck type of shit y'all niggas? Where did your ass grow up, man? That shit's sad as hell, bro.
That's a narrative, my brother. Let me ask you a question.
Tell them about Indians getting killed off.
Have you ever been?
Because they grandmama on no fucking doctor.
So you think there's going to bring 6 million Africans on the sailboats they had?
Because I want to learn.
5 million
Another
Africans,
thing
nigga.
that I'm
12.5 million came.
So you think? Okay, so again, you think them folks at that time could travel six months on the water?
And
how many slaves would you say was on the boats at a time?
Don't even argue with that fool. You're a fool,
200,
man.
anywhere from 100, anywhere from 20 all the way up to some boats reported having African cargo on there, bro.
This was our lane, partner. This was our lane.
Learn something.
That's the problem, y'all niggas. Y'all niggas love to talk about slavery too much.
Take it back.
To try and prove your Pan-Africanism. Don't nobody give a fuck about
This is your land. Take it back, nigga.
This ain't 90-fold. This ain't 70-fold. Shut your old ass up.
Well, that was the first episode. We got 114 people in the building. I'd appreciate it if y'all bang that like button, share the video out. Okay. What's up, Tribe? Y'all enjoying the stream? Bang that like button, share the video out. We'll get into our second episode right after a quick break, Tribe.
Let's cruise away from here.
How do you determine if a person is Native American? Trying to determine how to identify.
I'm not gonna say people in Europe, like Russia and like Poland, have African ancestry. I may be wrong, but I'm gonna say most of Latin America, Caribbean, and America. The United States people have African ancestry.
So when you're saying African ancestry, right, you're referring to what specifically? Like, okay, like, are you saying dark skin? Like, what is giving you an indicator that people are African? Like, what are you using to quantify? Like you said, you're Dominican, right? And y'all have heavy African ancestry, right? Well, how, like, is there like genealogical records that show that y'all are African, or like what qualifiers or quantifiers are you associating specifically with Africa? You understand what I'm asking? Like a person of African descent, right, is like a offspring of an African, which means that they would have at least some of the genetic or the hereditary traits of an African, right? And so what we're being told is that African Americans are descendants of Africans, as well as, like you said, Caribbeans and other people are descendants of Africans. And we're trying to understand what tools of measurements are they using to come to this conclusion, right? And before we even try to get to who they are, and let's figure out what tools we're utilizing to measure, and let's make sure that we're all utilizing the same tools. We got Don Lee 88 in the building. Greetings.
How's it going, man? I'm Native American.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Let her answer. I didn't know she was ready to answer. I'm sorry, Queen Boo. Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna again tell you based on historical perspectives, obviously in history. Like for example, if you know the history of Dominican Republic and the island of Hispaniola, we know that we were colonized by Spaniards and Portuguese. And when we were colonized, there were indigenous people on the land, the Taino Indians, Arawaks. And obviously, you know the history. I don't know if you know it, but we were raped and pillaged and destroyed as they were bringing African slaves from Western Africa to the islands. And then that's when all of the, you know, interracial mixing happened, or inter-ancestral mixture happened. And that's why Dominicans are one of the most diverse peoples in the world, pretty much, because we have European, African, and indigenous ancestry. The way I know that besides the historical references, is through DNA ancestry reports. Obviously, you have to have the means and the wherewithal to go through that process so that you do know exactly where you come from. So that's how I know personally, but it's all based on historical references. I mean, I don't know where do you feel like Black Americans come to this country?
Well, let me just address the few things that you said first. So you said, so it is a grave misunderstanding that the people in the Americas that were colonized by the Spanish and the Portuguese, allegedly, I'm just going to say allegedly, just taking into account what the colonizer is telling us may not be the truth, okay? But allegedly, right, the people who were being colonized in the Caribbean, in the islands, in South America, right, these was melanated Negroes, okay? These were not what we call or what we associate with indigenous people today. As you had so eloquently stated, right? There's been a system implemented all over the Americas, North, Central, and South, to ultimately whiten or lighten up the populations.
right? And so the history is told in a way to where they killed off all the Indians, or most of them, right? Then brought all of these slaves here and then mixed in with all of these people, and they all melted together. And now this is how you have these different peoplings in the region. Some of that is true, right? Some of that is true, but it's told in a perverted manner, right? The indigenous people of the region were what you could classify as Negroes, and Negroes could be classified as Black folks, depending on where you are geographically in the Americas. Okay.
Okay. So let me just stop you there real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
When it comes to when it comes to the Caribbean, like an island such as Dominican Republic, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know this is not a fact because we know the indigenous people that were there, which were the Taino Indians, which you may say are Negro. I mean, I wouldn't say they are quote unquote Negro based on their looks. You know what I mean? I would say that.
Would you call yourself a Negro?
No, I'm a Dominican American woman.
Okay, but you just admitted that you have African, indigenous, and European ancestry, right?
So, but to me,
so you come from Negroes, right?
But to me, and based on history, and based on racial categories, how we utilize them today in this country, Africa does not mean Black.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree. So just like today, right, they would consider me a Black person, right? And they would consider you a brown person, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, but my skin ain't Black.
Yeah, I know. And my skin
is brown. Right. Okay. So it's clear that racial classifications and how they classify is clearly it's a tool of colonization and disenfranchisement of indigenous people. And that's ultimately, I'm an indigenous advocate. I don't just try to fight for the rights of just my people. I understand that my people are a global people. Indigenous people are indigenous to their perspective base and where they're from, and we all have a similar culture and a connection in some way. You understand? So I'm not, although I'm fighting for my people, I'm also fighting for the rest of the indigenous populations and bringing forth information and awareness about who they are. Okay. And so that's my point, right? You said that the people originally there who are Tainos and Arawaks, right?
Right.
Now, you got to ask yourself, okay, this is a region that historically is known to be tropical, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Now, if we look at tropical climates throughout the planet, right? Or places that's close to the equator, what do those people look like usually?
They are darkly melanated people, obviously because of the sun, and also because they adapt. Their skin adapts. Because I don't believe that Black, or the proverbial Black or brown or whatever other color they want to give us, is something that's in our DNA. I don't think that's in our DNA. I believe it's something that, especially in this country, the racial caste system is very, very, very toxic. So, for example, you look at an app like TikTok. Me, myself, I get a lot of, and I'm surprised they're not in here flooding your comments. I get a lot of hate on this app because I am called anti-Black simply because I don't call myself Black, right? But I'm also not calling myself white. I'm not calling myself brown. I'm not calling myself any color. I'm calling myself an American, and I identify with my ethnicity, which is Dominican, because that's how I grew up. I grew up with African cultures. My food is African influence. My dance is African influence. My spirituality is African influence, and that's brought down from our ancestors, especially in Dominican culture, Dominican Cuban culture. You know what I mean? So that's something that stays alive within us. And I'm always called anti-Black because I simply don't call myself Black. You know what I mean?
Understood. I think that's the point of my platform, right?
I love it.
is to bring forth awareness that like things that's been implemented on us, the things that is being utilized, is ultimately to paint a specific narrative about specific people and disenfranchise them. And if you're not aware of this, you will be a colonizer. Like you, and so like this is why I have these conversations, although they may be uncomfortable for many people, right? At the end of the day, we have to be honest about what the hell we're observing and what we're talking about, or we're never going to be able to come to a conclusion, right?
Exactly.
So, but let me let Don Lee come on, and then we can continue the conversation. Don Lee, greetings.
Hey, how's it going? I just ran across your thingy when I was going through and washed my clothes. So I got a couple minutes. So I'm Native American, Navajo and Apache, and then a bunch of other stuff, but mostly Navajo and Apache. So.
Okay, so you want to be a representative of the Native community? Was that what you were up here? Because I said, okay. So what tribe you said Apache and Navajo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you federally recognized, state recognized? Are you any record?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're the Navajos are the biggest tribe in here in.
Y'all just said fucking something serious in the chat. That's a shirt right there, y'all need to. The sun wasn't shining in my mother's womb, and yet I came out brown. Now that's genetics. That's hard. That's hard right there, sister. That's hard. I'll take 2 of those shirts, sister. I'll take 2. A 2X and an extra large.
Here in America.
Okay. So, from your understanding, and I'm assuming your origins and histories, is that from the Western United States region? Like, is that where
Arizona, the corner of Arizona and New Mexico and Colorado and Utah.
Got you. Okay, so from your understanding, does your people come from the southeastern parts of the United States, or are they connected to the southeastern parts of the United States, or the people?
No, we're just on this side, on the western side.
Okay, so
southwest.
So are you familiar with the story of like the Trail of Tears?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that story, it is said that the tribes from the east were pushed to the west, right?
No, they kept them on that side. So like when they did the Trail of Tears, they gathered everybody from here, from the west side, and like all the Apaches and Navajos and mostly us, and then they, pushed us out. That way they came through here in Holbrook, Arizona, and they started walking all the way to Florida. So
wait a minute. So you're telling me that while they were sending people from the east to the west, they were sending y'all from the west to the east?
Yeah. Well,
very interesting.
On my Aborigines tribe up. Woo! Dog, I make my own cash, we don't do taxes in a check. Put them taxes in the hood, we don't fuck with the IRS. You don't press your own con, but you show the cop respect. Same one locked up your homie, but you scared to get him back. Man, go get him back in blood. All them bodies that you got, the KKK and catch a slug. Fuck a free my homie Asada shit, go get him back in blood. Yeah, you know who locked your homie up, go get him back in blood. If George Zimmerman ain't dead, I don't wanna hear about how you tough. Claim you a shooter when the cops come, you run and toss your gun. While we aiming at each other when we got a bigger war. Niggas musta forgot what this gang banging really for. Man, you niggas really lost. If you don't own your own land, stop walking around like you a boss. Rappers giving bread to charity, go do some shit for real. All that gangster shit you talking, get raped when you take a deal. Man, you niggas ain't on shit. You my brother cause we black, I don't care if you blood or crip. If you don't own your own hood, stop talking gangster. You ain't nip. The rap execs invest in prisons, then use us to fill them shit. Dog, I make my own cash, we don't do taxes in a check. Put them taxes in the hood, we don't fuck with the IRS. You oppress your own kind, but you show the cop respect. Same one locked up your homie, but you scared to get him back. Man, go get him back in blood. All them bodies that you got, the KKK and catch a slug. Fuck a free my homie Asada shit, go get him back in blood. Yeah, you know who locked your homie up, go get him back in blood.
You're telling me that while they were sending people from the east to the west, they were sending y'all from the west to the east?
Yeah. But
very interesting.
Most of the eastern tribes stayed that way. They mostly played out that way. But we all came from the west, and then we pushed. They walked us all the way to my people to Florida.
So your people walked to Florida. So your people in Florida now?
No. They slowly. Most of them start dying off, coming back. So just like Geronimo, right? Geronimo's Apache, full-blood Apache. He died in Fort Sill. I seen his headstone because I was that's where I did my basic training when I was in the Army. He's buried in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So he was on his way back when he died in Fort Sill.
So, okay, so from your understanding, the East tribe. So when colonization started to happen, right?
Yeah, we don't really have any Eastern tribes this way at all. Like there's none.
So do y'all have a connection? Like are those your cousins?
No, we got no relation. The only
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this and sworn like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, wish out you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your fucking head. This that put the kids to bed. This that I got realness, I just kill shit. Cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got dark, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA. I just win again, then win again like Wimbledon I serve. Yeah, that's him again, the sound that engine in is like a bird. You see fireworks and Corvette tires skirt the boulevard. I know how you work, I know just who you are. See, use a bitch, your hormones probably switch inside your DNA. Problem is, all that sucker shit inside your DNA. Daddy probably snitch, heritage inside your DNA. Backbone don't exist, born on side a jellyfish I gauge. See my pedigree, most definitely don't tolerate the front. Shit I been through probably offend you, this is Paula's oldest son. I know murder, conviction, burners, boosters, burglars, ballers, dead. Redemption scholars, fathers dead with kids and I wish I was fed. Forgiveness, yeah. Soldier's DNA, born inside the beast. My expertise checked out in second grade. When I was 9, on sale motel, we didn't have nowhere to stay. At 29, I've done so well, hit cartwheel in my estate. And I'm gon' shine like I'm supposed to, antisocial extrovert. And excellent meaning extra work. And absentness, what the fuck you hurt? And passiveness never struck my nerve. And that's a riff gonna be this case. The reason my power's here on earth. Salute the truth from the prophecy.
So your people walked to Florida. So your people in Florida now?
No. They slowly. Most of them start dying off, coming back. So just like Geronimo, right? Geronimo's Apache, full-blood Apache. He died in Fort Sill. I seen his headstone because I was. That's where I did my basic training when I was in the Army. He's buried in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So he was on his way back when he died in Fort Sill.
So, Okay, so from your understanding, the East tribe. So when colonization started to happen, right?
Yeah, we don't really have any Eastern tribes this way at all. Like, there's none.
So do y'all have a connection? Like, are those your cousins? Are they
we
your?
got no relation. The only time that any of our tribe goes out that way is when they move out that way. That's the only time. But other than that, we're all on this side. It's like every tribe here in America usually stays within their area until, like, say they find a job or join the military or something, and then they start like slowly moving out.
Do you see how that's okay? So the story that we're giving is that all Native American people are connected by blood. Is that not true?
No, that's nothing true. Like if it were true, right? Because I did the Ancestry.com thingy, and I'm not related to, like, most of my shit's like here unless they moved on. So I'm not full blooded Native American. I'm like German, Irish, Spanish, Polish, Russian, and all that other stuff, because it's like a whole.
What?
Like a whole big story behind it. I did the Ancestry.com thingy, and I'm not related to, like, most of my shit's like here unless they moved on. So I'm not full blooded Native American. I'm like German, Irish, Spanish, Polish, Russian, and all that other stuff, because it's like a whole big story behind it. But
so let me ask you a question. How did you become federally recognized if you know that you're all these other things that's not Native American?
Oh no, so back in the day, right? Like my dad told me, right? So story was that way long time, probably like, I don't know, probably like 200 years ago ish, somewhere around there. Some settlers from from Germany, Irish area, they came over, and that's when all the slaves things started happening and all that. So they slaved one of my great grandmas or something, and had kids with them, and then slowly, like with the Russian, German, Irish, whatever the hell it is. So, and then just slowly started pushing out the bloodline slowly, and then slowly came back this way. Now we're here. So I was like, yeah, okay.
So you're saying that your ancestors went through slavery?
Yeah. They were.
Infamous Trail Lee. Triple D Texas, bro. You ain't scared about the shit you be talking about.
Fuck all that talking, I'm with it. Talk about business. Deep bitch just started, I finished. They said that I'm black, bitch, I'm engine. Fuck your Thanksgiving. Shoot at these races for Christmas. I ain't got no time for no limits. Bitch, I see murder, I'm there for my niggas. Master the peace with no just times of pictures. Came back for my pyramids, free my Egyptians. Disrespect my cook, they ass in a pot. Someone out set, conjure up, I'm in rhyme. Know that they know, they act like they forgot. Bitch, we ain't slaves for the children of yacht. Fuck come together, they think that they better. They took out your cheddar, put rats in your camp. Erase your maps, infiltrate snaps. That's how long they been here, act like they can't count. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Oak Cliff America. Run them out the block like Freddie Haynes. Push to the limit, we rip off the fence. If you ain't my brother, then I ain't gon' spend it. Heard they was coming, they sent up defenseless. Ain't nothing personal, bitch, it's just business. The blueberries got shooting habits. Being black is dope, police is super ass. We get blamed for crimes, can't avoid the lashes. Passing prayers, never make it past them. They made you black and left you stuck with it. No kumbaya, nigga, fuck forgiveness. Don't forget oppression, don't forget the lynching. Still have to pop like the way in prison. So who the fuck want the smoky smoke? Like cigarettes, I open up and throw. Niggas can't be falling for the okie doke. Every time we ride, they try to give us dope.
Had kids with them, and then slowly, like with the Russian, German, Irish, whatever the hell it is. So, and then just slowly started pushing out the bloodline slowly, and then slowly came back this way. Now we're here. So I was like, man, okay.
So you're saying that your ancestors went through slavery?
Yeah. They were bought in slaves, yeah.
Like Kunta Kinte slavery?
Yeah, something like that. Like, yeah, kind of that, yeah.
like this, right? Hey, nigga, just call me Aboriginal Cronkite, nigga. You understand? We we on the front lines of this shit. Motherfucker, it's amazing all the shit we've heard on this platform from our good Native American community. We bridging the gap. We giving native voices, you know what I'm saying, a platform. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing, like what comes out. Like we've talked to so many natives who just told us we was just slaves and we ain't gonna we was just had one roto. Motherfucker said we was just straight kunta kinte. He said kinta kunta. This nigga said kinta kunta. This nigga Roto made everybody kinta kuntas. Yeah. The kinta kuntas. Now Congress want to ban TikTok. TikTok. But then, like, every now and then, you get a Native American who wants to come to the altar and confess the sins of their forefathers type shit. You know what I mean, bro? Excuse me, goddammit. I know I ain't really been telling y'all what the hell is the status of this live stream and shit, but it is 116 people in here, and there's 81 likes in the building. I'm gonna give you niggas 30 seconds, okay? No more than that. I'm gonna give you niggas 30 seconds to get the likes to at least 100 motherfuckers. Or I'ma wait 3 minutes. I'm gonna go out and smoke something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out and smoke something and just get my life together. You know what I'm saying? I just go ahead and get my life right with the Lord while y'all over here fucking off and fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas got my live stream looking like it's just whatever. This is hell no. Hold on. I just came out my room. It's clothes all over the floor. Trash can ain't empty. Ain't no dishes motherfucking washed in this motherfucker. Ain't nobody cooked nothing to eat. Ain't no bathrooms being cleaned. Nigga, like, ain't no motherfucking clothes getting washed. Niggas ain't motherfucking like, what's up with y'all niggas? Y'all good? Good God almighty, boy. I come back and look, you niggas is disrespecting me. All in my face, smiling and shit. Nigga ain't even got 100 likes. I'm going to TikTok, nigga. Fuck this YouTube shit, nigga. I'm going to TikTok. You niggas ain't right. You niggas ain't right. I ain't gonna lie to you, child. Nigga, I can go to TikTok right now and do a live stream with 50,000 likes, nigga. I can't even get 100 on YouTube. Like, god damn, that's crazy. That's crazy as hell. How many of you niggas is gonna stand in the window like we don't see you? Like, good Lord. I shouldn't even have to I don't want to talk to you like this. I love my folks. But it only seems like I get results that I need when I get to cussing you niggas out. It's all, but I guess y'all know it's out of love, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't ever really be mad at me. Say, like, damn, I don't want to cuss. I just want to come and look at the stream and be like, damn, it's 100 some people in here, and it's 100 some likes. Cool. You see how easy that is? I didn't want to come in here cussing. Now y'all looking at me like the babies be looking at me like I didn't try to prepare y'all the last 300 and something thousand days that we done streamed about wiping your feet at the
like this is awesome. I'm glad that at least somebody's telling their story and telling the truth. Now I see some people in the chat says no native slavery.
Yeah, we used to. Yeah, we used
ask
to.
a question?
And
I'm
then
sorry,
we used to.
Yes, ma'am.
We hold on. Just real quick before I leave, because I gotta go change. I gotta go for my clothes.
Sorry.
But now like us natives, like my people way back in the day, used to slave Mexicans, used to kill Mexicans for fun.
But when you say your people, like could you be considered could be okay, so phenotypically now, could you be considered a Mexican?
No.
So it's clear distinction between you and like other Hispanic. Are you Hispanic?
No.
Okay, so you're specifically just Native American and European mixtures.
Yeah, just like a low, like very little, not too much to be like, hey, I'm Irish.
No. Wait, hold on. You look very
handsome.
What we call in the Latin culture, you look very indígena, like indigenous, which equals like, you know.
So that's what I want to talk about. Like, what does indigenous look like?
Very much like Native Americans. Like if you look at a Taino Indian, if you look at a Mayan, if you look at pictures, that's what.
So, but are we clear? Like, okay, so you Latina, right? Or is that proper?
If you want to call
me
Latina,
okay.
I don't like that name.
Okay. Well, what's a better way?
For discussion's sake, we can say that.
Okay, right. So are you aware of the system of whitewashing in that culture?
Well, they say that it's called something like mejorando la raza, which some people try to do. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna I'm not gonna, especially a Dominican woman sitting here saying that. I'm not gonna say that people don't attempt to do this in my own country. I was born in America, but it is something that a lot of people do.
So my whole thing is that, so when you say, okay, they look indigenous, the people you looking at have went through the system of blanqueamiento, right? So the people who you're saying are Puerto Rican today, right? Or you saying they're Tainos, right? Well, these people historically were dark people.
No, because the slave trade didn't really reach Puerto Rico like that.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Okay. When you find dark people, doesn't mean slaves were there. That's what I'm saying. Okay, just because there's dark people somewhere doesn't mean they were slaves.
Okay, now I'm confused because you can tell within my ancestry, because I've done both, right? And this is not for me to confirm what I am, or I didn't do it for that purpose. I did it more for the health reasons. Right. So me knowing where I come from based on culture, right? Culturally, I know where my mother's family comes from, which is the south of Dominican Republic by Haiti, and my father, which is where I know I get more of my African influence, right, from my mother's side. And then my father is more fair and more, has different features. He's still a Dominican man, and you can tell, but compared to my mother's side, which is very melanated, I know that is where most of my European blood comes from. It's from my
Ain't that crazy as hell? Hold on.
Comes from my mother's.
Shout out to Queen Bull. Queen Bull came through yesterday, and she was very honest about, saying her approach and her intentions of getting understanding. But listen to her story, right? It's totally backwards from what they tell us, right? About the history of the peoplings, right? She's saying she get her melanated side, her mother's side. That's where she get the European, and the fair skin side is where she gets the African, I think.
Knowing where I come from based on culture, right? Culturally, I know where my mother's family comes from, which is the south of Dominican Republic by Haiti, and my father, which is where I know I get more of my African influence, right, from my mother's side. And then my father is more fair and more, you know, has different features. He's still a Dominican man, and you can tell, but compared to my mother's side, which is very melanated, you know, I know that that is where my European, most of my European blood comes from. It's from my father's side. And I know most of my African blood comes from my mother's side because of culture, literally because of culture, like passing down of culture. So I know that black, like if you are darkly melanated, like you definitely, like the dark people in Dominican Republic, they're not African. Like they are not purely Taino or European. Like those are the other possibilities that there could be. You know what I mean?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Are these Africans?
I would say more like Egyptian. So yes, African, like Egyptian, like that's what I see in the picture. More, and that's African, but they're considered white. Egyptians are considered pretty much white, I would say. In today's
So do you know what?
society.
So check this out. Let's look at what this is, right?
Okay.
It says bottom part. Oh, it's kind of blurry. I wonder if I can get it. Can I do the little?
Too. I could listen to you. I could hear you though.
Okay, so what it says at the bottom is bottom part murals, the royal family performing a bloodletting ritual, preparation for war, Mayan civilization, 8th century. So these are Mayans preparing for war. But see, when you saw them, you said maybe Africans or Egyptians, right? Yeah. But that's just based off the perception that they've been giving us.
Yeah.
That only Native Americans or people original to the Americas, they only look like Native Americans. And that's not true. Okay. These are.
I'm not silent. I'm not stuck. I'm learning because this is what we're doing.
So, right. So these, now, when you think of a Mayan, do you think of these colored people?
Yes, I see indigeneity in their faces. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me get up another picture. Okay.
And
let's pull up another picture.
Because of the sun, too, you know?
Let's pull up another picture of Mayans, okay? 1 second. So this is where they found these pictures are. These are where these paintings or pictures are, right? In this temple in Mexico. Okay. Hold on. What the hell is this? They done gave me a whole ad. What the fuck? Okay. So let's come down. Let me see if I can click on this. Can I click on this? Okay. So can you see? Can y'all see this?
Oh, those are Mayan.
These are Mayans?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
So, would you call those dreadlocks right there?
I would, yeah.
So, why? Okay, do we see Mayans today that wear dreadlocks?
No, but they wear their. I mean, the Mayans are not existent.
Oh, there's definitely people claiming to be a Mayan today.
No, they were like wiped away, like the Tainos. Like
no, check it out. I can pull them up. Look.
Taino ancestry, but we're not like around. Like there's no.
Hold on.
Life, you know what I mean? Like the Mayan life, the way they live.
Wait. But it's not about just the way of life, though, right? Like
speak the language,
Mayans have a bloodline, right? It's not just about the culture. It's also about the bloodline, right? The actual blood of the people who created these cultures, who created these different things, right? Yeah. So when I pull up Mayan, right, this is the Mayans today. Hold on, let me show you.
So what you're talking about is people with Mayan blood in them. Like I have Taino in me, but I'm not living the Taino culture. I'm not following the Taino culture, and I'm also not like teaching my children the Taino culture.
So these are the people who they're saying are Maya
Mhm.
in South America now. Okay. Do you see a problem with that?
No, I don't see a problem with that. Why would I?
Well, they don't look like the images that Mayans
No, they look like
left. So they look like these people?
they may not come in those hues, and not everybody's darkly melanated like that. It depends on the sun and everything else.
But wait,
They're white. I wouldn't say they're white.
But how come when we looking up the Mayan photos and that they painted themselves, they're darkly melanated?
Yeah, but it's not. You can't just go by your skin tone. You have to go by your DNA and your ancestry.
But at this time, there wasn't no DNA and ancestry. There was only paintings on the wall in which they painted for themselves, and they painted themselves with dark skin and dreadlocks. So let me ask you a question. Do these people right here, hold on, let me go find them again. Let me go find them. Let's go find the Mayans today. Hold on. So you telling me these people come from dark-skinned people with dreadlocks?
They can, because I do. Like.
So this is my.
What? I'm gonna show you.
I'm gonna make. I actually agree with you, right? But once again, I want to make this very clear. People are saying these are the indigenous people. No. The indigenous people, the true indigenous people, are the people who you just like they said, who could be the ancestors of these people, but they don't look like their ancestors because they've been mixing and have been practicing a system of blanqueamiento. If you start off dark and you're no longer dark anymore, it's because you begin to mix with lighter or more fair skinned people, right? And then thus forth, your offspring became lighter, and then they mix lighter, and they mix lighter, and before you know it, you go from this, right, to Jackie Chan.
Soldier.
Charlie in this bitch. Tom Don, real American, original American. I'm from here, I ain't come here. Yeah.
Say cop on my color, I die for my brothers, but I do not think that these hoes understand. It landed the bed when they burned down your channels through niggas and slammers, equality dead. Fuck it, I up, they came back from my virgin, the feather my color, the crown with the feds. Watch how you classify when you be passing by, calling you black, it's like calling you dead. Y'all came to the land of the free and the home of the brave, but forgot that it's not where you stayed. Start having babies and switching your name around, land on the dies and you taking their place. Don't forget Democrats pushing your city back, casting your vocal, put you in the grave. We write your history, filling with misery, lying, told everyone we was the slaves. Where your ancestors from? What name you took on? What boat did you bitches come on? If you had a sponsorship, you not a Thompson and see, but my people been here all along. Calling us African must be an accident. Claiming you American shit is just wrong. Clarification in case you mistaken. Sit back and remember the words of this song. Obama is not American. Rich McConnell is not American. You crackers is not American. Pan-African is not American. Remember there's two Americans. We the old, not the new Americans. Man, look how they do Americans. Black people, the true Americans. Sorry, not sorry.
Basically.
Well, that's what happened in most.
And before indigenous people, the true indigenous people are the people who you just like they said, who could be the ancestors of these people, but they don't look like their ancestors because they've been mixing and have been practicing a system of blanqueamiento. If you start off dark and you're no longer dark anymore, it's because you begin to mix with lighter or more fair-skinned people, right? And then thus forth, your offspring became lighter, and then they mix lighter, and they mix lighter, and before you know it, you go from this, right, to Jackie Chan, basically.
Well, that's what happened in most.
I'm sorry, go ahead, sister.
Society that's colonized. Like, that's exactly what happened.
Well, this is the point, though. If we were to take this stuff off their head and move them to the Americas, you know what they'll call these people? African Americans, Black Americans.
But you're looking, to be fair, you're looking at a painting of somebody's subjective perception
of people as well.
No, these people painted themselves. This is not like a European colonizer who painted this. No, this is an actual mural painting that they painted themselves. They picked the colors. We didn't pick.
Even then, though, like art is subjective, even if it's a million years from today. You know what I mean? Like people paint what they see, and if you feel like today, like if you were to draw a picture of struggle, right? Like if I gave you a prompt, like tell me about struggle. Like if you put the struggle in a picture, right? You're gonna probably paint what?
Well, if you gave me a concept, then I would have no other way than to try to express the concept in the best way that I can.
In your experience, right? In your subjective experience, what is struggle? I'm just giving you one word. Paint whatever comes to mind when I say the word struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're gonna most likely paint something that you feel is full of struggle. And to some people, that may be the way they grew up. Maybe being a single mother, maybe being in a bad relationship, maybe, not having food to eat. You know what I mean? Like that could be very subjective in anybody's mind. Like you can't really, and if you feel that way in a certain time in your life, that's how you're going to, express your art. And it could be that these people were oppressed, obviously, because they felt their skin color was darker than most. That could be a possibility. You know what I mean? And that's what.
Well, these people don't look oppressed.
Well, no, not them specifically, but you're not going to sit here and say that all Native Indians in, like, let's say Dominican Republic were not oppressed. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. What I'm saying is that the original inhabitants of the Americas was Negroes, and they was this color. And then at some point, different parts of the earth started colonizing different parts of the America, and they started changing the face of what an American is.
I agree with you. But I think that those little girls probably uphold Mayan tradition. And I would tell you that if I am upholding certain traditions, you can't say that's not my culture. But phenotypically, yeah, they don't look like the original, but they don't look like they're not descendants of Mayans.
Well, that's what colonizers do, right? Colonizers take your culture and make it theirs.
Yes, and they give you languages, and
then they enslave you, disenfranchise you, right? And then usurp your resources, and for their benefit. That's what colonizers do. Also, whilst not even acknowledging that you're the original.
Being a Dominican woman, I 1000% agree with you. However, why is it? Where does the problem lie today? Why are we having these discussions? Why is this even a point of contention that other people have the culture that they grew up with and don't have to identify with a race that's being told to us to identify with?
Well, see, this is the thing, right? Anybody can practice a culture, right? You could be Dominican, right? But you could say at any point, I want to be a Christian and start practicing Christian culture, right? That doesn't mean you're of the bloodline of Christians, right? That just means you decided to practice the culture. You decided to speak the language. You decided to practice the traditions and pass it down to your offspring. That does not give you birthright to the people who created Christianity.
100%. I agree with you. So,
okay. So that's the difference. Go ahead. No, I was just saying that's the difference.
Okay. So then what is Black culture?
Well, Black culture is something that has been created, right? It's a business entity that has been created to ultimately usurp, disenfranchise indigenous people and make money off of their talents and contributions to the earth. That's what Black culture is.
On point. So why is it that there's so much? Do you think the issue within the community, and I even hate even using colors for races and people, but for argument's sake, for the information now, why is there such a like?
Oh damn! I got a phone call, gang.
Hey, you got any more questions for me? I'm gonna get off. Everybody left me. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say, what would you, if you saw this woman in the street?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm good, Tribe. We appreciate your time and your presence. Good.
So can I just show you this, host? So
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all
this
have a
is
good
my,
day. Get off.
oh, bye, have a good day. This is my grandmother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say, what would you, if you saw this woman in the street, what would you say she is?
She would be classified potentially as a Negro. It just depends on her culture, basically. She could be, because if she was like practicing Hispanic culture, people could say like she could be considered a Latino, right?
So,
but if she was in the hood or in the South, she would be considered a Negro.
so my grandmother came into this country in like the 50s, right? 50s and 60s. And she taught me my African ancestry, right? So like she was what you would call a santera, right? You know what a santeria is?
Yeah, I have heard of it.
Yeah, so she was that's a very, very African influenced spirituality.
Yeah, so she was that's a very, very African influence.
My grandmother, if she was a Dominican woman, like that, these are like Black. For her, that was not something that she, number one, related to or was. She was Dominican. So Dominicans are people who are very cultural, right? We know our culture. We live our culture daily. Hell, you could tell my grandmother, she was a Black woman. She was a Dominican woman, not because she thought Black was bad, because you see her, God rest her soul, but she was a woman that was a Dominican woman. So meaning that she has no ties to the Black diaspora. She has no ties to Black culture. She has no ties to the Black race as we know it in this country today. You know what I mean?
Understood, but that doesn't mean she don't come from Negroes though.
No, and she's African, but what do you mean Negroes? Like,
but what I'm saying, all Negroes are not Africans.
Exactly.
There's Negroes all over the planet, right?
But
you got Asian Negroes, African Negroes, American Negroes.
Yeah, I do have Nigerian in me, Ghanaian, yes, I do. Bantu tribe, I have like everything.
But all Negroes are not the same, and all Negroes are not African.
Right, 100%. So I just wanted to
greetings. We got to
because of
go ahead. Finish your point.
Phonetic like characteristics. I think it's silly that we are identifying with a racial caste system that is just meant to place labels on us, separate us, and oppress us, and then people are fighting over this racial classification when they can't even articulate what it really means to them.
I agree, but I think that a lot of people have been benefiting off the just not understanding what is really being said. At the end of the day, when a person of my color say, I'm not an African, I'm indigenous, full-blooded, not mixed, that bothers 99% of the population, okay? It goes against everything that everybody has been taught and indoctrinated with. And so at this point, like, you got to ask yourself, is it the fact that if what I'm saying is actually wrong, or is it the fact that people have been taught to think improper, right? Because if you don't think I'm indigenous, right, that means you're not well read or learned enough. And once again, I want to make sure this is said, right? You cannot get genes from anybody but your parents. Yep. Your parents got their genes from their parents, okay? If you got dark skin, that's because people in your family got dark skin. Yep. No? Yep. Okay. There's no people that just magically pop out a different color or a different phenotypical characteristics than what the genes are. Listen, your genes determine how you look. Period. So this is my not climate, not global warming. Your genes, right? Okay, your uncle. Once again, that's one generation back, right? If you go one more generation back, your ancestors are going to get darker. You go another generation back, your ancestors are going to get darker and darker, and they're going to get bigger and bigger afros. They're going to be looking more and more like what you would call a Negro.
But this is my mother, who's also the son of my grandmother, and that is also the son of my grandmother. You see, I mean,
all of
like
those. If all of those people will be considered Negroes in America, it don't mean no. You don't have to be dark to be a Negro.
But that's what you just said.
I am also Dominican.
No, Negro is not specifically dark skinned. No, I just said it's different types of Negroes, right? If you come from a Negro, don't mean that you have to, like, listen, there's light-skinned Negroes, there's half and halves, right? Half Negro, half European. They're still of the stock of a Negro, yes? But if they decide to just mix with Europeans, their babies ain't gonna look like Negroes. Doesn't mean that when you go back down their line, they're not a descendant of a Negro. That's my point. Go ahead, Wisdom. You want to get in?
What is a Negro?
I myself am also Dominican. I was born in the Caribbean islands of Dominica, and my people are Kalinago Caribs from South America, Venezuela, which is also the Mayans and the Incas and the Aztecs.
Well, I'm Dominican,
and
not
then,
Dominican.
I'm Dominican. I'm Dominican myself. I'm Dominican. My people are East. No, I'm not Dominican Republic. I'm East Arawak. I'm East Arawak Dominican Kalinago Carib. You know,
so what do you think about this, Wisdom? They say that you don't look like a Native American. You don't look like a Native American, sir.
My people are Black Caribs. See, my people are Black Caribs. Like they were, and I understand there were two different type of Dominican. There are two different type of Arawak. There were the Spanish Arawak who was enslaved by Spain, who were colonized by Spain, and then there were the Eastern Arawaks, which is like myself, which were Mayans and Aztecs who fought against Spain and the French and many more until my people got exiled by France for fighting, and then because the Taínos and you know they had a mutual friendship with the French. You know, like it's a long story, but which I will get into the next day. That got everybody split it up, but me myself, like, understand that there are people that come from different nationalities. Like for instance, like I said, there are different type of shades of Caribs, of Arawak, like myself. Like me, I'm Black. My people are Black. For the simple fact that my father's roots came from Nigeria. You know, as Igbo from Abia State, and then but my mother's roots. But my mother's tribe is the East Kalinago Carib from Venezuela. They're in the indigenous tribe. You know that and my mother's tribe, which is the Kalinago and the Taínos, they were rivals for a very, very long time. From the women that my grandmother had spoke to me about before she got unalived. And my grandmother was a real life native shaman who healed the sick and stuff like that. You know, like she told me many things. She told me so much things, and mind you, I also have friends that are from the Dominican Republic too. And most people from this new generation don't really know or understand the real situation that happened all those years ago. You know, because like all they know is that they're Dominicans and they come from such and such, and they come from such, but they don't know the actual story. You know, just like the first, just like, for instance, just like here in America, You know, whenever I go do an application, right? It always says, "Are you white? Are you such and such? Or are you black African American?" Me, I never say I'm black African American because I'm not American. I wasn't born here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I was born here, but
You
the
know.
thing is that, like, you were taught to, like, honestly speaking, you were indoctrinated into saying you were a black Carib.
Yeah,
like, this is not something that you brought with you from your ancestry and your culture, because this only is said in America. The color reference is only in America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's because they only want to make Native Americans light-skinned, fair-skinned people. That's the point.
And understand this too. That there were black people. There were black people here in America way before the Native Americans that even came about. That there were black people that lived here in America for over 10,000 years. And then when the white man came to America, when like he saw people that were black, that were Negroes. There was Negroes already here, but then after the people got colonized, then came the which is people call them the Native Americans of today. There was today, and the Native American and the white man, the slave master gave the Native Americans the black culture, our culture. He gave them our history. They gave them, like, our history was given to them. You know, and
see, this is what we teach on my platforms, right? Is that what you call Mayan, what you call Olmec, what you call all of these cultures, that's the same thing that they're calling black culture today. Okay?
Yes,
they're calling, listen, all of the music, all of the sports, all of everything that you see in America today that they claiming they created, it was already here. There was already stadiums here. They were already playing football, basketball, and baseball here. They were listen, they literally came here and ran over and whitewashed the story and told everybody that anything that is dark gotta be from somewhere else. And anything that is light or looks like it's mixed, then it could be considered indigenous. That is literally the play. If you look at history, you can literally see where there were fucking cities and towns in America when fucking Columbus allegedly came here. There was not Indians in woods just shooting arrows, okay?
Absolutely.
There was roads, pyramids, complexes. They had commerce. They knew how to navigate the oceans, the seas. These were not a primitive people. That's all I want to say.
And just like they lied on the map too. They try to say how Africa was further away from America, but if you look on the map, Africa is actually really close. Africa is right here. America is right here, bro. You can go over the border of Alaska to get to Africa. That's how close Africa is to America. Africa, like literally, like you can literally walk to you can literally walk to Africa. Literally walk there, for real. But the oppressor, the white man, they even light on the map and try to make the map, man. And I'm telling you, man, like they lie so many ways. Just like, and this is another thing that they'll never tell you, that there were also black people in Mexico. That the real Mexicans are actually black people. They were black.
Right. That's why I came up here. Peace. That's why I came up here. Because I want to show.
What's up, Pen?
What's up? I'm half Carib too. So what's good? But I'm from Guyana. Can you put me on a big screen? Because I was just coming up here to show the pictures. It's funny that he said that the original Mexicans was like that, because facts.
They were black. They were black. And the first governor and president of Mexico was a black man.
So so these are, and if you can see at the bottom, these are the original Dominicans. And these, if you look at the bottom, it clearly says free natives of Dominica. So these are the natives. This is originally how the natives look
before the
Right
Spaniards
here.
came down there and took over. And I'm not finna sugarcoat anything. I don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings. A lot of people was whitewashed, but a lot of them people are replacements. What I mean by that, them motherfuckers are Spaniards that literally came and took over and took people identities. Some of them are Spaniards, some of them are
100%.
Asians. Like when he was showing the Mayans, those are not Mayans, those are Asians. A lot of them come from the slave trade that they don't like to talk about. Some of them were working in the sugarcane fields, on the train track, type shit, the railroad tracks. Those are not the original people at all, and not even a little bit. These are the real Dominicans. And
100%.
you can find these pictures. And the fucked up part about it is that you can actually find pictures like this in books, in museums, and in hella places where they just put this shit in your face, and we don't pay any attention to the shit. So when he said that the original Mexicans are Negro, also they are.
Good. They are.
These are the original these are the original Mexicans. And when you go down to Mexico, which I have been down to, they literally hide them, and they thought that I was one of them. And they was like, you need to get home. And I'm like, what? He was like, you need to get home before it get dark. I say, I'm not from here. He said, oh, you so beautiful. I thought you was one of us. I said, that's probably because my mama is from South America. I have South American blood in me, but I'm not from here. I'm on a damn trip. And he was like, oh, and I said, why do people that look like me have to get home before dark? He said, because they literally unalive them. Literally. They cannot be outside after dark, or they will get unalive. So they still doing this shit to this day, gentrifying people that look like us, that have ancestors that are from here. Still to this day, they still gentrifying them. So it's just crazy. And if you look like one of these people and you down there on vacation, you better get your ass out of there, or your ass, they will mistake you from one of them, or they just don't even care. They will genocide your ass, period. They don't give a fuck. It's either pale skin or no skin. You feel me?
Hold on. Can I just push back on something? I don't know. Host, can I just say something really fast?
Yeah, you got the floor. It's open.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. So I'm just a little confused, and it may be because I'm just using logic and not really looking at the actual historical context behind it. But I would say like the mejorando la raza would be more in places like Colombia, like what we see today, right? That these people do look indigenous, but they are more like white tea, right?
Okay, so white tea, pale skin is not indigenous. Ain't no, if people look indigenous, they have copper color skin, which is brown skin, dark brown skin. Pale skin and straight hair is in no part indigenous at all. I'm not finna sit up here and play games with you, lady.
Oh wait, hold on.
That's true. That's real. That's true.
I'm not finna do all that. Geechee is nice, but I'm not finna do all this shit with you.
You could be not nice. You could be nice. You could be anything you want.
When you constantly saying that people look indigenous, you looking at these pale skin ass, straight haired ass people, and I'm not doing that shit. These people are not indigenous to no parts of the land, no part.
I think we're talking past each other because I'm not doing it. You don't have to come up with all hostile to me when I'm saying that's against what you're believing. So what I'm trying to say is, logically speaking, if we look at people from Latin America that are indigenous ancestry, like Incas and Mayans, right?
This is Mayans right here.
When the host is saying mejorando la raza, that is a specific term, right? A specific term where people are purposely, procreating with people of European blood to get white children or whiter children.
Like you.
What I'm saying is that when it comes to Mayans,
right? From Mexico, I don't think that is the case.
Mine
Because
is,
when you
well,
look,
it's not
can
about
I
what you
finish,
think.
please?
It's
Can I please
facts over
finish?
feelings.
Can
Okay,
I
you
please
didn't.
finish? Can I please
You didn't
finish?
let you didn't say
Can
you
I
done talked
please
enough.
finish?
Okay,
I'm
you
not
go
done.
ahead.
Yes,
I'm
Ma'am,
not
you
I
done
agree.
talked enough. That's cool.
But I'm not done. I didn't even make the.
Let's just
I literally have
this
one
shit
more
above.
sentence to go.
Wisdom, how are
Ma'am,
you?
you talked enough.
I
That's
had
cool.
one
Yeah, brother.
sentence to go.
So
Respect.
I had
it's
one
facts.
sentence to
Good
go
now.
though.
I want to
What up?
say,
Can I just say my last sentence and then I'll mute? Okay. So my last sentence was gonna be, it makes more sense whereas in places like Costa Rica, Colombia, Paraguay, those areas in
They
southern
flagging y'all. They flagging.
those
Okay,
areas
your
in South
sentence.
America are the areas where I would see the mejorando la raza theory, not in Mexico.
Okay, so
Because they still look indigenous. Very indigenous.
they don't look
Yes,
indigenous.
they do.
They don't.
Have you been to Mexico?
You just said your piece. So
Okay.
all those people do not look indigenous. Those are not indigenous people. Those are conquistador descendants from Spain. Those are Spaniards. Some of those are Chinese. Some of those are Arabs from the slave trade. Let's just keep that shit a buck that y'all don't
facts.
like to talk about.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay,
And I
but
agree.
you
They
are.
still,
But
they
you are.
I'm
still
not disagreeing with you.
But you are. But you are.
But I'm
gonna
talking to
disagree
the
with
host and his point, what he
too
on
made.
the
emotional for
slide.
me. She too
No, I'm
emotional
not
for me.
emotional. I was
Did you
talking to
guys
the host.
know? One second.
Hello?
Did you guys know that the real Japanese are actually black people? That they're called
Yes.
Aboriginals.
Yes,
Yes.
I have the pictures
And
of
that
them too. I have the pictures of them too.
yeah.
I got pictures of
And
them
So
too.
even the
All
Chinese are also black.
Aboriginal people, all Aboriginal or original people would be considered today as niggas.
exactly.
I mean, excuse me,
Exactly.
Negroes.
Yeah, you good, brother.
And these pale skinned people
Yeah.
are taking our title
Yeah.
and calling themselves indigenous
Yes,
and
that
saying
is
that
facts.
this
That's facts.
Asiatic
Just like the Native
pale skin-
Americans.
that this Asiatic pale skin feature is indigenous. Now, Asiatic is indigenous, but only if you indigenous Negro, not if you indigenous pale skin, period. That is not.
Because like everything started with black people because black people have been on the planet Earth since 200 million years ago.
Hold on, y'all.
A Negro
We
is
gonna
a
go on
genotype.
Showtime.
Give me the definition.
I'm gonna give y'all 1 minute apiece, okay, so we can get some order in the court. Order in the motherfucking court. All right, hold on. I'm gonna let you go first, Bull, and then I'm gonna come with Pen next. Let's go.
All right, cool. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing on the colonizer oppression that there's been all over the world. I'm Dominican, so I know that firsthand, right? So what I am saying is this: if you're saying that Mayans, right, Mayans were as darkly melanated, which they could have been. I'm not denying that, right? But you cannot say that the indigenous people in Mexico today are not indigenous and are a product of mejorando la raza, because I would understand that if you were talking about other places like Colombia, Costa Rica, where they literally look like mixed Europeans with indigenous. Like the Mayans don't look that mixed. They don't look that far off from what the original indigenous people look like. That's all I'm saying. And that's my
All
piece.
right, comments come back on at 20,000 likes. Y'all run them likes up. Go ahead, Pen.
First of all, you tell us what the fuck and cannot say around this bitch. We're gonna say what the fuck we want to say. Like the fuck we said. Them not the fucking Mayans. Them some fucking them are some fucking Asians that came with the slave trade and came and migrated. There was three migrations with these fucking Asians. Okay, that's who they is. These are not the same people, and we stand on that shit. Now, what's the Indian? What's the Negro? Hold on. Negro is an Indian. When a Negro was first applied over here in the Americas, it was applied to an Indian. So that should answer your question. It's an Indian. Negro is an Indian. answer your question. It's the Indian Negro.
Hello, hi. I'm saying like the black people are native in all over the continent. If we see like North American, they used to. I mean, there are some of them called like the black Perus or whatever. Mostly the South Americans, everything. They're mostly related to. I mean, I can say like I'm from Africa and I'm from like East Africa, like. In ancient Egyptian time. However, they came like take our, everything, our civilization, and now they are like the modern ones are like Arabians, The same thing they did to like North American too, like the black people were there, and so they bring the Asians from the mixed, the Philippines.
I just find it funny how everything.
And they're from like East Africa, like in ancient Egyptian time. However, they came like take our, everything, our civilization, and now they are like the modern ones are like Arabians, The same thing they did to like North American too, like the black people were there, and so they bring the Asians from the mixed, the Philippines.
I just find it funny how everywhere you go on the planet, there's an original race, and then there's always a race to replace them. So with Mexico, those people that they show all the time have Asian blood. Like we can clearly see them. We can look at them. We can see their phenotype. The Negroes that's in Mexico, y'all want to place them as African descendants, even though some of them, of course, may have African ancestry. Majority of them are original Mexicans. They people always been there. So if someone from Mexico with dark skin can look at the Mayan murals and say those is my ancestors, they have the right to do that because they actually look just like the people on the walls versus your traditional Mexican, I guess, the modernized Mexican. Those people look nothing like the murals. So for you to say like they have they're more original is like is baffling to me.
I myself, I'm from the Caribbean islands myself, and plus, I also have friends from Mexico, that look just like the same skin tone as me. And then on top of that, I also have friends from Mexico that are also Hispanic. Now I have an OG from Mexico that even told me himself that the original Mexicans are black people. They're black. They're black, and just like the Native Americans. They're not the real natives. Like the real natives to America were actually also black people, also black. That have lived here, that have been here in America since 10,000 years ago. Since 10,000 years, they're already here. Just like the first people here in Virginia were also black. When Columbus came here, there was already black people here until.
Mic check. Rondidra Johnson. Mic check. You want the floor? Going once. Going twice. All right, if you want to say something, we'll come back to you. Next.
Tariq, greetings.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say. So just pass.
All right. It's Zuby. Going once. Oh, you need to be unmuted. Okay, hold on. Let me run this thing back one time. See it. Let's run it back one time, Turbo. All right.
I have a question. So, like, how is it? What is your stance, host? Like, your stance is that the original people were African.
No.
Indigenous means equals African.
No.
Okay, so what is your
No.
stance?
The original people are not African. That's the whenever you see dark skin, people assume that is African, but dark skin is not associated with Africa specifically.
I agree.
Right. So no, the original peoples of the earth are Negroes.
Okay, but what do you say when you say Negro? That means black.
No, it don't.
So what is? I still didn't get the definition of Negro based on what she said because it didn't. That's not what the definition of Negro is.
So we'll come back to her. Go ahead, Penny.
First of all, let's just say this: nobody is fucking African because African is the last landmass to come out the water and the last landmass to be occupied with people. All the people that migrated to Africa come from somewhere. Bantu come from. Those people come from Asia. Those are the Asiatic Negroes. Okay. Slash the Olmecs. A lot of these people are Olmecs that don't even know that they are descendants of the Olmecs. While y'all calling these Caucasus Asians Olmecs. Second of all, Negro. The first time Negro was used in America was for the Indians. Indians mean Negro. Negro mean Indian. Indian means indigo, which is a color that a lot of you pale faces is not. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say like, so I'm from African. I'm considering myself as a black, but I'm native to like African, like East Africa, like the Kushite, the ancient Egyptians. So as I said before, the Africans is everywhere. You can find them everywhere in the world. Like you can find them in Australia. There are black peoples. You can find them in Asian too, like in Filipino. The native one, they are black. You can find them like in India. The Indian native they were black. So they are all over the world before the races didn't mix. So when the races mix it up, so they just like
Hell no. The Australians are not African. Like, y'all have to understand, people with brown skin and afros, they are not African. That phenotype was found on every landmass from time immemorial. The Australians will tell you straight up they are not African. And I think that is the problem. Soon y'all see people with dark skin and afros, oh, they're African. That's not true. Y'all have to get rid of that indoctrination. It's a fucking lie. It's a fallacy. That leaves room for another fucking race. Like I just said, every landmass is going through the same fucking thing. We battling with the Native Americans. The Polynesians is battling with the invader. Like everywhere you go, it's the same thing. So what do that tell you? We're not African. We've been right where the fuck these motherfuckers found us at. Period.
Also, Here in America, way before America was called America, right? America was actually called North Africa. America is actually North Africa. A lot of people don't even know that. And that and then not just that, this country that we live on right now was ruled by an Egyptian queen. Her name was Khalifa. She ruled over the region of California, Arizona, and Texas. That was all hers. And she ruled an army of female warriors. If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself. Just like in the Caribbean islands, when Columbus came to the Caribbean islands, he sold on a ship by the name of Jesus of Lumber, the slave ship named Jesus of Lumber. You know, and
Hello, can you all hear me? But yeah, I definitely agree with some of you all are saying, majority of you all are saying. I just wanted to come here and finish what old girl was saying earlier about how, you know, they still are killing us and all the, you know, some people on the face of every continent still to this day. Like some people are scared to go to Dominican Republic, you know, because they're killing people that vacation there that are, you know, of dark complexion. And then when you go to places like India and Africa, they still killing the darker hue, nappy headed. Some people. It's practiced on every continent on the face of the earth, you know. And it's to a point where we need to grow up and mature and stop, you know, killing off the some people because, you know, it's just
Oh yeah, I ain't really have too much to say, but one thing I just wish people would do that's really having a lot of confusion with this topic for some reason is to just basically just do the basic mathematics with all of this. If you can see that original people are in Australia, just like Prim was saying, it's original people in Fiji, it's original people in Hawaii. For some reason, how does that not make sense that it could be original people in North America? And I don't understand why this is such a big fight, because all of these other races come from us. So we've been around here forever. So these other races that just got here. All of a sudden, y'all can never say you were indigenous to any place. And what really is confusing to me.
Okay, before I go, I agree. I 100% agree. What my point of contention is there's original people everywhere. Like there's original people in Africa, original people in North America, original people in like everywhere in South America. And I believe that with you know, slave trade and people, you know, people from Africa coming into these areas being brought by colonizers, some stayed there. So that's why in a lot of the coastal countries of South America, there's a lot more darkly melanated people. And that doesn't mean that the Mayans of today are a result of mejorando la raza, because those in Mexico, they still look indigenous. They still look, there's some that are dark, there's some that are light, there's some, where did the coarse hair go? None of these people have coarse hair. That's a huge, I'm 50-50 and I have coarse hair still. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not understanding the logic here. Maybe next time.
Can we turn the time off, because a minute not even long enough to speak and get our point across, please. I promise I'll be good. I ain't gonna over talk nobody or nothing, because this shit here is annoying. Get you. I'll keep my mic out just so you don't have to put this fucking time on. I promise. And I will let her talk. Hello, get you. Good shit. I ain't gonna lie, I got so much information. She still talking about damn slave trade. Girl, what slave trade? Shit, them niggas was already there. You just said your damn self. It's so many niggas there, duh, because they been there.
Yep. So as I said before, I mean, the black people, I mean, I'm from Africa. I consider myself as a black, but I can't say like all people in the world is African. Even though I find like some black person in like South America or in South Asia or somewhere, I can't claim them they are black from Africa, but they are, I mean, I can't say they are African, but I can say they are black. I can say they are black. They are black is all over the world. Like we are the one who like find all the continent. Like if you, I mean, even though like right in now in the modern time, every history is changed. Everything is revised. You know, that's why they're erasing the history from us. So that's why most people we don't understand.
But I was saying that, like, here in America itself, the first humans that was already here, they were black people way before the Native Americans, way before the white man came here. They were already here. And mind you, right? There was a time where every continent that you see that split up, we were one continent, like Africa, East Africa, Africa, North Africa, and South Africa.
Well, why are you saying that? Based on pictures?
Yeah, it's true. That's the truth.
Yeah,
They were one.
can you please let him talk and not
Because
interrupt before
They
we
were
go
one.
back on show?
It's based off research.
They were one. They were one. They were
What you're saying is true. What you're saying is true. Let him talk.
They were all one continent. They were all one. All one continent. They were all one before the physical rift had splitting up and that's how everybody got divided.
That could be true. That could be true.
That's
but,
true.
It is true.
It's all
anybody you
based
see in this
on
world
DNA.
today,
It's all based on
anybody
DNA.
you see in this world today that is black skin,
Like
is from
phenotype.
Africa. Check the root. He's from Africa.
But everything.
Wait. Phenotypes are not something that is hereditary, like DNA wise. Like we got to go by DNA and descendants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Any black person you see in the world
So,
today,
That only goes but so far. That only goes but so far. Wait, totally. But I thought your DNA. I thought your DNA is responsible for your phenotype. Without your DNA, you wouldn't.
No. What are phenotypes?
Your phenotype is a physical expression.
Correct. You definitely get your phenotypes from your ancestors. So you're going to look like your ancestors. Like that's just
of course.
So who gave?
And then can I please speak and say something? I promise.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
And then you keep saying that do your DNA, but when you gonna sit down and do your genealogy, because that DNA test did not tell you who your 10th, 11th, 12th grandparents' name. Who were your grandparents that was here before 1619, and what was their names before 1492? Did the DNA test tell you that?
No, because we don't have a way to look that up. I don't have a way to look that up.
It's ways to look it up. It's ways to look it up.
There's a way for me to look it up.
If I could talk without anyone interrupting, I can say,
go ahead.
If you do your genealogy, you can definitely tell.
You gotta mute, Tyra.
Their names, where they were born, and a lot of us Negroes are going back all the way to the 15 and 1400s. So you have no excuse to not sit down and do your genealogy.
So why do I have a Taino Indian in me? When did they come?
Taino Indian, understand.
Where did they come from?
Okay.
Who
said
you had Taino in you? Did your genealogy?
I have my yes. My ancestry.
You didn't do your genealogy, so how we know you got Taino?
And the history of my country and what's in my DNA, and I did two separate ones.
Well, you're more washed out. You're more whitewashed than anything. You're more Spaniard than anything. Let's talk about that.
I can put my DNA up here for sure right now. Hold on.
I don't believe in DNA, baby. I do.
Well,
right.
But I can show you what I'm looking at.
I only believe in genealogy. Okay, so you say you
understand.
Taino. You say you Taino.
Agreed.
What was the name of the Taino people in your family? They never know the names. What was the name of the Taino people in your family?
I don't know.
I can tell you the Taino.
So that's exactly why you need to do your genealogy.
We were colonized, and we have all Spaniard Spanish lineage. Like that's
You
where
need to
that's
you
all
need
I
to
do.
do your genealogy. Genealogy is the key.
Where do I go for that? I don't know where to go.
You go to, hold on, let me tell her. Let me tell her.
Please
You
tell
go
her.
to ancestry.com to build your
Okay.
family tree. And the good part about ancestry.com is the first 2 weeks is free. So go get on that. And not only that, when you do start paying monthly, trust me, paying for genealogy compared to paying for DNA tests is spending your money way wisely than paying for a DNA test.
Luminary. What if I already have it?
You can
Can
call
I
me Crystal. Just
can I add it onto my account?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna show you.
Good.
Follow me. I'll follow you.
And and understand that both the Taino and Kalinago they all come from the same continent, but two different tribes. And they're and like Kalinago is Mayans, but the Taínos is Aztecs.
And just to make it clear, I'm sorry to interrupt. Just to make it clear, my only point of contention is I don't know what came first, the goose or the egg. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to let you to understand. Hold on, Queen.
You cannot get recessive from dominant. You can only get, you
Right.
cannot get dominant from recessive. You can only get recessive from dominant. And the only dominant people on this planet are the Negroes, and that's everywhere around. And Queen Bull, let me just say this to the African first of all, please stop calling everybody around this continent Africans. Like y'all motherfuckers are the ones who left out of Africa and migrated everyone.
You're talking to me?
Nobody left out of Africa and migrated and populated this place. Every Negro that migrated around this continent come from the Americas. That goes from the Australians, the Polynesians,
I agree.
The Māoris. Let me tell you how I can prove that the Māoris come from America. Because when the Māoris left America and went to New Zealand, they took yams with them. Yams are indigenous to the Americas. Okay, so say that even the first Africans that went to Africa were here first. Everyone come from here. The Nigerians, the Yorubas, the Benins, all of them come from South America, and you can use their languages and their languages and their culture. Just like you said, Queen Bull, your grandma taught you African culture. That's not fucking African culture. That's South American culture, period.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and understand.
All the food.
Understand that the only reason why Taínos got colonized, Taínos was colonized by Spain during the slave trade. That's why most of your tribe speak Spanish.
Well, yes,
you know,
yes, obviously, because we took on the language of the Spaniards. Yes, I know that.
Yeah, but the Spaniard isn't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead. No. I apologize.
Thing is a little off to me because I know that that spirituality comes from Nigeria when it comes to my ancestry. So that's a little something that I'm gonna have to look into for sure.
Have you ever heard of the Waray tribe in South America?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you ever heard of the Waray tribe in South America?
No.
Okay, well, you need to look up the Waray tribe because those are the descendants.
Yeah, that's another one.
So I'm not South American.
Hold on. Right? Okay, it don't matter. Because you keep saying Nigerian. You need to look up the Waray tribe because those are the descendants of the Nigerians from South America. So when you keep saying that these are African spiritualities and all that good shit, those are not African spiritualities. Those are South American spiritualities. Period. Those are not
here. This is the Mayans.
Yoruba,
Benins, Nigerians are descendants of the Waray tribe. Waray people are from South America.
I want to pull my stuff up because I want you to. I really admire your knowledge, and I'm gonna definitely, especially if you don't. I don't know if you go to the racial system in America. So for people, I am following you because this is a battle
you know,
fighting in this country. to be recognized as people that are not a color, like, you know what I mean? So let me just mute and then I'll show you something. Hold on.
We as Black people, Spanish and native, like we are the originals, but at the same time, everything in this world started with with people of color. Everything started with people of color. Everything. That the first humans to ever walk this earth, they were Black, and Black people has been on this earth since 200 million years ago. Started in Africa. And that's a known
Now we
fact
gotta
too.
stop saying that life did not start in Africa. How the hell life gonna
I
start?
know.
How the hell life gonna start? How the hell life gonna start on Africa and all of the medicine, the food,
I know.
everything?
I'm trying to get you to understand.
Everything is indigenous to America. So
I
you mean
know.
tell
That's what I'm
me-
trying to get you to understand.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you to
I was gonna
understand.
say, because we have everything.
I'm trying to get you to
over here in
understand.
America. Everything.
I know, but I'm trying to get you to understand if you let me finish. Like everything started in Africa, you know, and I'm not gonna say not everything did not started in Africa, right? But everything started with people of color, that look like me.
Right.
We've been here for 200 million years ago.
That life started over here in America.
And mind you, right? And listen to this. There are pyramids that are older than there are pyramids in South America that are older than the Egyptian pyramids in Egypt.
No, Egypt is in America. Why do you think we have most of the pyramids over here?
Exactly.
The Egyptians are the descendants of the Mayans. That's why when she's talking about that these people are the damn Mayans, them people would have to be the goddamn Egyptians, and we know damn well the fucking Asians ain't no damn Egyptians. Be fucking for real.
Of course not. Then they're not. They're not Egyptians. No, they're not.
Tutu's
not.
mother.
How many pyramids you have in America?
Tutu's mother was named Mayas. She was the most prettiest woman in South America. Her name was Mayas. That's where they get their name from. Maya, from Mayas. They moved her from South
100%.
America to Upper America, which is in Egypt, and then they became the Egyptians. If you're going to claim Maya, you also have to claim Egypt. They're one and two.
And understand this.
No, let me. South African ain't no let me.
Understand this.
Y'all ain't done enough. No.
They used to travel. People
and understand this.
They used to travel, came to like North America. That's why they have
understand this.
But like they're not from North America, but they used to travel back in prehistory.
Yeah, but understand this though. Understand this. The oppressor got you all thinking. Most people thinking that Egypt is in Africa, when actually Egypt is right here in America. And then on top of that, Africa was never even called Africa before. Africa, the original name of Africa was actually called Ethiopia. A lot of people don't even know that either.
It's not Ethiopia.
It was
also like
South America. And before Africa.
Egypt is in Africa, guys.
Before Africa was called Africa, it was also called.
No, Egypt is right here.
gotta talk about bodies that you never caught. You ain't gotta try to rock Prada, you can buy Lacoste. Tryna follow trends, gonna throw your zen way off. Take a good look in the mirror when you feeling lost. Be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. And really the greatest thing that you could be is to be yourself. It's a whole lot of insecurities on display. When he go and spend his whole advance on a diamond chain. When he tricking off on these hoes trying to fill the void. When he steady popping on these hands trying to numb the pain. When he flexing all on the gram showing off the bands. When he knowing damn well that he got it off a scam. I don't wanna see you do a bid trying to get a lamb. It's a lot of ways to go legit, think about your fam. Cause you ain't gotta lie to kick it. You ain't gotta pop prescription. You ain't gotta load up the stick. You ain't gotta slide on niggas. You ain't gotta spin the block. Cause you ain't really got no ops for real. That's just your ego trying to take over. Really, that's the one that you got to kill. Why everybody wanna be on demon time when your angels gon' ride for real? That feeling of emptiness deep inside is something the money will not fulfill. And we gotta get back alignment with God, cause that's the only way that time will heal. Yeah. You ain't gotta talk about bodies that you never caught. You ain't never caught. You ain't gotta try to rock Prada, you can buy Lacoste. You can buy Lacoste. Tryna follow trends, gonna throw your zen way off. Take a good look in the mirror when you feeling lost. Be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. Should be yourself, king. Should be yourself. And really the greatest thing that you could be is to be yourself.